Going
What's
on
going
your
on?
end, bro? I feel like a lot of stuff has happened within the last couple of, we haven't potted in about a week and a half, and I feel like some things
Yeah,
have happened, bro. Um, that you
yeah,
probably
yeah,
we both want to speak about,
yeah, happening in the world, man. Same old thing, man. But I'm down to discuss any topic that you have on your mind, won't you? What do you got in your mind? What's have you changed your stance on Kamala yet?
I don't know what you mean because what stance did I have?
You really didn't have one. He was like, well, I don't know what's her policies, and she's been speaking for
I've
about
been watching
two,
the
3 months
debates.
now.
I've said the debate. I saw the debates. So I
Hmm.
think I did see the vice presidential debate, which surprisingly or not
Hmm.
surprisingly, that debate went a little smoother than the presidential debate. Um, those two guys, whether it was some lip service or not, they did seem like they were kind of knowledgeable on what stance they wanted to take and which route they wanted to go. Um, JD Vance is kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious to be in a presidential or vice presidential debate and tell the moderators, "Hey, y'all said y'all weren't going to fact check." That's crazy, but whatever. But
I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna say that. I
no,
was
say
gonna
what
I
you gonna
was
say,
gonna be
bro.
content. I was gonna be contentious early on, but we got along. It's early in the pod, man. We can do that later on.
Well, no, you can be
Um,
contentious because I really don't. Again, I still don't have a strong feeling about either side, so I probably won't even be upset about it.
no, I was gonna say, the fact checking part, sometimes that how can I say this without being dookie? Sometimes people don't want you to fact check because they're not sure about their facts.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? So that's why he was doing that because he don't want to fact check because he's shaky on some stuff. Like
One
he
thousand
said
percent.
some things. He said some things that were like the total opposite of what he. But I mean, it
He
is what it
did.
is. I mean we talked about it before. It's like there's it's a double-sided coin because on one side you are trying to win an election, and whether it's a presidential election or the student council in the third grade, there's an element of popularity that's involved in it, and then but the stakes are way higher in the presidential race. So you would think they would lean as the vice presidential candidates did. Well, everybody but Trump. Everybody but Trump was basically like, okay, these are the issues I want to talk about. These are the pertinent things in the country that, and I got solid or I have concrete things to say. And Trump was like, I have a plan. We are working on a plan about a plan. We have a concept of a plan, you know, which is what he does, you know what I'm saying? But.
I mean, the only thing that Kamala really spoke on in their debate that I feel like she had a solid plan and thought process on was the whole abortion situation, which she should. She's a female. Not saying only females can have this point, but she was real solid on that. I think everything else was kind of like political answers. Like, I'm really not giving you an answer. Like, we still don't know where they're getting all this money from for some of these initiatives that they want to roll. I even saw clips of the 60-minute interview where they still asked her, like, hey, where y'all getting this money from? And she kind of sidestepped it. So I got to go back and listen to that interview in full because I don't want to, I don't want to misjudge her off of the clips and not the
Mhm.
actual full 60-minute or news interview. So
I mean, so you were saying that you're not sure about Kamala's stances on anything, but abortion is the one thing that you have a clear vision of what she wants to do, but you don't have a clear issue.
I'm gonna say the abortion situation is one of the fewer topics that I heard her have a complete thought and actually feel like she had a grasp on what she wanted to do and how she wanted to do it. I do believe that she has concepts on some other things, but also, it's not just her. It will be the working of a team once she's elected, if she's elected. So,
Mhm.
it's not like these candidates are have their plan and the solid plan. This is what I'm gonna do, and they're the architects of it. they're a part of a team that architects this stuff. So I get that as well. So, she has coherent ideas of what she wants to get accomplished if she's elected. And when, if she's elected, she will have a solid team of her cabinet and people that are elected officials to help her promote these things, which is something that you don't get with Trump. You know, you don't argue with Trump is like pointing fingers in China and the border. Like if it ain't the border in China, dude just pointing fingers at people, and at least Kamala Harris does have, solid game plans on how she want to attack these things. So
I mean, yeah, I think she had a bunch of, I think she said a lot in the debate. She did say a lot. I heard her say a lot of things. She very much cleared up certain rumors. She very much showed that Trump was unstable and, rattled him a lot, had him doing the no, 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 a couple times,
Trump
or a
did
few
that to
times.
himself. Like Trump did that to himself, bro.
I mean,
I
and
thought it was I thought it was hilarious that they said that she had these earrings, bro. These earrings that's supposed to be like
mm,
communicator earrings where
mhm,
like someone can speak to you.
mhm.
I thought that was pretty funny that they said that she had those. And I looked them up because I'm like, this is some bullshit. This isn't a real thing. And I looked it up and it
Yeah,
is a real thing. Now I couldn't find where I could
yeah,
buy them, but it was a real
yeah.
thing. But I don't
Well,
know if that lady had them on though.
I mean, you do audio and vis. You know the type of frequency that would have to be pushed with the way they would with the two different microphones on there, and it's close, in the closed setting. It would be kind of it would they would you could that was crazy. That's
That's
like
not
saying they
crazy
could
at all.
control the
It's
weather,
not
bro.
far fetched at all.
That's
That's a thing that you can have in your ear, a communicator
yeah, yeah.
while
I'm saying you can
like
have it, but I'm saying in that setting,
it's not gonna mess up
what,
anything
what,
in that setting.
why not?
It's not.
So you think that in a closed set with two power mics like that, you can you can pump in this communicator earring and not hear nothing?
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think so. That's like saying, I mean, that the ear, if it's in the ear, that might be a different conversation. But you're saying it's like one of the it's in the earring, meaning the sound has to travel from the earring to the ear. Do I have a plug in my ear? I have to have something to condense the sound. I can't have something that has sound pushing out, even at a low frequency,
I mean, I got
and I
I
got an
got I
open
got
mic.
I got smart glasses that have speakers on the actual frames that's pushing out and you can't hear it pick up on my on the microphone. I've done
On two
recording.
mics,
I've
on
done
because it's two,
recordings.
it's 4 or 5 mics in there. And these not microphones like we have. These are professional, high grade microphones. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when
And
they
they have
when you have just regular you have this regular broadcast where they have, like communication devices in their
they
ear.
have plugs.
So
They have
I
not to
don't
go
think
into
it's
a
that
deep
far fetched
conversation
at all.
about. No, I'm saying not about sound waves, but the reason why they can put the plugs in their ears with the communicators on live on air or whatever is because there's a stoppage of the sound. You can't have sound pushing out from an earring to the ear, and you have a microphone that's turned up because they're not on the microphone, off the mic, and you got a mic up here, and you got his mic. You have 4 or 5 mics, basically not boom mics, but is it called boom mic? Yeah, boom mic. You got this mic here, and you have the sound that's not, and there's no condenser. What's the condenser of the sound coming out the earrings? Like it has to be a condenser or some kind of condenser to keep it down because
I
you
don't
can hear
think
it.
I don't think she had it on, but B, the technology
Yeah,
is in the
yeah.
mics. Like the technology now is in the mics. So it's not far fetched that that can be a thing.
That's a great segue. Speaking of technology and things, because there's been a lot about we had a couple of hurricanes and the conversation about weather control has come up again. Now,
Okay.
where is your stance on weather control? Or do you think that
I
control
saw your
they
post.
can?
I saw your post. So if you're asking me, do I think
You got to say it out because everybody on my post. You got to say it out loud so everybody can know.
so? I don't. I'm not quoting you word for word, but I think you did say that you either
Hmm.
don't trust the person or you don't want to have the conversation with a person who feels like someone can remotely send a hurricane to a certain destination. I think I'm paraphrasing, but I think that's along
That's
the
fine.
lines of what you said.
That's a long line. That's cool. That's close enough. Yeah.
So to answer your question,
Hmm.
what was your first question?
How do you feel, one, that they are creating hurricanes, and two, or do you feel that they can create hurricanes, and do you feel like they are creating hurricanes?
So I don't think that I don't think that they are creating hurricanes, whoever they is. Now,
Hmm.
do I believe that there is some sort of weather manipulation technology or experimentation going on? Yes.
Hmm.
Like they have technology to make clouds to try to manipulate precipitation in drought areas. And you can look this
Hmm.
up and you can see this cloud making machine that they have where they are
I've seen it.
dabbling in weather manipulation. However, I don't think that they, and I'm assuming that they would be the government. That's the only they I can think
I don't
of.
know who the they is. I don't know who
I'm
the
just
they
rolling with
is.
that. If the they is the government,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't believe that the United States government
Yeah.
would be um, sending hurricanes a certain place. I don't.
Yeah. I think that people are unique and strange and funny and great and all these things, but they're so selective with how they want to place their energies and their theories and their belief systems. It's like it's so selective. And when you're that selective, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times A don't equal B or C or D. Sometimes you go from A to X to Y to Blake to, to it jumps around. But most importantly, just I think simplicity is always one of the best ways to look at things. Like, who gains anything from Tampa getting wiped off the map?
So the your own I don't think your own government would gain by doing this. So, and unless you're
I
telling
don't
me,
think I'm asking if the Russians did it, what does Russia gain by wiping out Tampa? Like what like to say that if I'm a enemy of the state and I want to take out Tampa, like what did I gain by wiping out Tampa?
I mean, if you want to go full blown conspiracy theorist helmets, then I'll say the only thing or the only way that you would even benefit from attacking the Florida Gulf Coast is the
Mm.
rocket building facilities and launching facilities. If that's the case, all right, sure. That's what you're attacking. Outside of that, I don't know.
But I'm saying, okay, not I'm not throwing any darts at you. I'm just asking I'm just furthering on the question.
Yeah.
There are so many more important cities that are on the East Coast or even in Florida that are more important, right? And I'm gonna go around like the
Well, hold
this
on. When you say, because we're at this point, we're just full blown conspiracy theorists. So
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah,
So when you say there are more important cities outside of them than the Florida coast, because
yeah,
the hurricane from the model I saw,
yeah,
it hit all of Florida. The eye was over Tampa, but it hit all of Florida. So with that being
yeah.
said, you said there are other cities in Florida. What do you mean by
No,
that?
well, I
Or what do
said
they
on the
do?
East Coast.
Oh, so you're saying
There are
that
other cities on the East
there are
Coast.
other cities. So you're saying that there are other cities on the East Coast that will be more important to hit than Florida. So like what cities and why? I guess I would ask.
Washington, D.C. Like, wow, D.C. is what, 20 minutes from the coast, if that?
Yeah, but if I'm a foreign country or
Yeah,
just a villain that has and that has these capabilities to do these things,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, DC is the target because that's where the president, the Pentagon, your Congress, all of that is. But there
yeah,
also are, if you're just looking at cities to hit that produce certain things for the United States as
yeah.
far as technology or rockets or um smart people or whatever installations that could control things, I guess I don't think DC wouldn't be the first target because there are other places set up where you can run the government outside of DC. So
Well, I mean, even in saying that, like, let's say I hit the most important rocket building spot in Florida, right?
okay.
We all know that they don't build the rockets in one spot. They build the rockets in pieces in different places to bring them together in one place, right? And it's not in Florida. So,
Uh,
like,
you got Blue Horizon in Florida. You got Blue Horizon in Florida. SpaceX is going to launch from Florida. So a lot of the rockets are stored and launched from Florida. Now, you also have Blue Horizon in Huntsville, Alabama. That is the old NASA rocket facility, and you also have the
yeah.
battery in Huntsville, Alabama. I don't know where Elon is building SpaceX rockets. I know we got a SpaceX in Houston or Clear Lake, but I don't know if they're building them there or if they're building them on the coast of Florida. However, I do know both SpaceX, NASA, and Blue Horizon will launch from Florida. So
I mean, they're launched from there, but they're not built there. Like, they build
yeah,
them.
but I mean, I don't, like I said, I know Blue Horizon builds in Huntsville, Alabama, but I don't know
Yeah.
how many rockets they have there. I don't know how many they send from there. I don't know how much of the technology is housed there and controlled there. I don't know. I'm not that smart.
And and even if they did, let's say they were all housed there. All you would be doing would be that would be topical damage because they're not they're okay. You blew down 100 rockets. And not like you disabled America from building rockets ever again. It's not like you made them where it's not like you crippled them like they don't have other places where they can launch from.
I guess at this point you've kind of crippled their infrastructure of launching because now where are you going to launch from? Because I think
You can
not
launch from other
only,
places.
well, I think you can launch from wherever you want to, but
Exactly,
however,
yeah.
I think the launching from Florida is some sort of strategic reasoning why they launch from there and not other places on the coast. So again, I'm not that smart to tell you exactly why they launch from there,
Yeah.
but like I mean, if you want to, you can launch from the middle of fucking Oklahoma. However, I don't know if strategically that is a great place to launch and recover from. That's all.
And they do launch from other places in the United States all the time. They don't
Where,
launch,
where,
they
where?
launch from Houston.
Where do they launch from
They
Houston?
launch rockets. They launch rockets all over the country.
When was the
Not
last
the
time they
not
launched a rocket from Houston?
hold on. Not the space-bound rockets, but they have places around the country where because they do test flights all around the country.
I'm just speaking
They
about
do
space.
test.
I was just speaking about space exploration.
I'm talking about they launch rockets. Well, they they don't do prototypes and all that stuff. Everything doesn't happen in Florida. There are other places around the country where they do test runs on rockets. I know they have one in Nevada for sure. I want to say they have one in Texas. I don't know it's for sure where, but I know for sure. I'm 100% sure they have other places in the U.S. where they launch rockets from
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
on a trial basis. But follow the money, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Follow the money. Not on that the rockets place, but I'm talking about as far as certain, conceptual things like they have weather machines. Like, bruh, yeah, they got weather machines. They got all types of machines that they're trying to do stuff with, but are they actually influencing the atmosphere? I mean, not to the degree where
Well,
I can be
if
like,
you're
okay,
asking me that, I do believe that man toying with the atmosphere with some of these machines that they are making because they do have these machines that are fucking with the atmosphere. Now, if you're asking me with them toying with that, trying to manipulate the weather, is it messing
mm,
up some things? Then I would agree and say yes. But I'm not going to sit here and agree with these people that say they're purposely sending storms to the Gulf Coast. Or I heard somebody saying we don't supposed to get flooding on this side of the equator or some shit when in regards to the flooding in Georgia. And I just was like, and so I just because I mean historically Florida doesn't flood and get hurricanes like that. So I get it. It's an anomaly, just like Houston doesn't normally freeze how it has frozen the last couple of years. But I don't think that the government
Yeah.
or the powers to be are sending Arctic blasts to Texas now and are flooding Georgia. I just think that the world is a living organism as well, and it's just shit happens, honestly. Now, do I think that we can usher on things to happen by us trying to manipulate with the weather? Sure. However, I don't think that there's some sort of warfare going on where they're trying to flood Florida. However, I did hear in one of these wars, was it Vietnam when they flooded the
Vietnam,
Vietcong?
okay.
Apparently, that was some weather manipulation from the from the Americans. I don't know how that technology worked back then, but apparently they had the capabilities
That
of
they
it
were
back
able
then
to,
to
yeah.
flood the Viet Cong. It's documented. You can research it and look it up. Again, I don't know how it worked. I don't know how the technology works, and I don't even know if this is like a myth or not. But it was a thing. So
They flooded them like they changed the weather or they broke a dam and flooded
no,
them. Which one
bro,
it was?
it was some weirdo stuff like um it rained again. I don't again again.
I'm finna be CNN, man. I'm finna be CNN.
I mean, I don't know. Again, this is just something that I have stumbled upon many moons ago. So I couldn't tell you the specifics of what it said or how it said it or anything like that. Like I had stumbled upon this many moons ago, and that's the extent of it I remember. I don't remember if it was, some data to back it. I feel like even if they do have solid data to back it, it's not going to be, you know, open to the public.
Uh, they use cloud seeding, what you call it, to try
Oh,
to increase.
so you did find something about it.
The U.S. used cloud seeding to increase rainfall in Vietnam during the
Yeah.
Vietnam. Let me see.
Because
Oh,
I
but
think
also,
I, I think the concept behind all of that is what they do today to try to help when there's a drought around farmland. So I think that's
yeah,
you know, because I've seen this the thing. What was I watching? Martin Marvels one night, and
yeah,
behind me is
they
a
cloud
cloud
seeded.
machine. Yeah, and it was this big ass cloud machine pump these clouds out. It looked kind of cool, man. And like I said, they were like, "Oh, well, we're gonna send precipitation this way to help these crops over here grow." And I was like, "That's pretty
Well,
fire."
I'm sure it's not. I mean, I know the machine you're talking about, but I don't think that's how it works. But I know cloud seeding and making it rain are two different things. They're like uh, ultimately, people be tripping, man.
I'm thinking about people to be tripping, man. Talk about this preacher, I'm talking about your pastor that you go listen to on a Sunday out here,
Huh.
out here spewing this bullshit to his congregation.
Is it bullshit though, man?
I'm gonna tell you why it's
Is
bullshit.
it
I'm gonna tell you why it's
why?
bullshit. And
Why it's bullshit?
I'm gonna tell you why it's bullshit.
Tell me why it's bullshit.
Because okay, he basically said God don't want you to give your money to the poor because you're not gonna recoup
Mhm.
anything from it.
That's what he said.
But you're supposed to tithe, and by you tithing, that
Yeah.
means you're planting seed, you're sowing seed to reap. Because that be the whole
Hmm.
thing. The tithe is you planting seed to reap the fruits of your planting of the seed. And they always say you're
Yeah.
supposed to pay the tithe, and you're supposed to pay the
Yeah.
tithe to the church. Paying the
Yeah.
tithe to the church, paying the tithe to the preacher. Whatever. Okay, cool. Whatever. I'm paying my tithe because I'm paying my tithe, and this is what I believe. Now it's up to you to do what you're supposed to do with it. If you are buying a
Hmm.
Bentley with it, that's not on me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm paying my tithe. However, don't come tell
Oh no,
me
but I don't think that's what it says. But keep going.
no. I'm not saying that's what it says. I'm telling
Oh,
you,
oh,
if I'm
yeah,
going by my faith and I'm reading the book, I need to pay the tithe because
yeah, yeah,
I plant seed and I reap from the, I'm talking, you pay your tithes. I might
yeah,
not be wording it
yeah.
right. What I just
Yeah,
said
but in
was,
the book, yeah, I was saying in the book, not to cut you off, but in the book it doesn't say. I'm asking, are you saying in the book it says that you're supposed to not worry about where your tithes go?
oh no, I'm not saying that the book says that. What
Okay,
I said
okay.
was
Yeah.
I'm paying my tithes to the church and
Hmm.
and when I'm and in me paying my tithes to the church, I'm paying those tithes, and I expect the church to do what they're supposed to do.
Mhm.
That's what I expect. That's my expectation.
Okay.
Now, if they don't do it, I said that's not on me. That's on the church. However,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
however, don't tell me that I can't. Um, don't tell me that I can't go help. Don't tell me that I can't go out and help someone less fortunate than me, because I'm still planting seed and reaping benefits
Yeah.
from that seed that I'm planting. That's my belief. Because
Yeah.
I am, if I feel like the church is supposed to help the people and be a charitable organization to put back into the
Hmm.
community, into the people, I'm directly
Yeah.
doing that when I give my money to someone in the community in need of service or whatever. If that's me,
Hmm.
directly give them money, buy their groceries, help with a utility
Hmm.
bill, whatever. You don't preach to me on Sunday and tell me that I'm wasting my time doing that and I'm supposed to pay the church when you
Hmm.
got on here 2 months ago,
Hmm.
said I need $4 million to fix the roof of the church after the
You
storm.
said that.
When everybody, when probably the majority of your congregation had damage from that same storm,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
business and a business entity, and you mean to tell me you don't have uh
Insurance.
insurance on church? And if you don't have insurance, why you can't do like we got to do if we don't have insurance? Which I had insurance, but some people don't have insurance. They got to go to the American Red Cross and get one of them good old loans and get their house fixed. So you can't do that for the church. And on top of that,
Top of that.
you was on TV, nigga. And on top of that, you just married Shani O'Neal. So go ask Shaq.
What? Oh, dang.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
like
So,
you, and that's and I halfway have issues with preachers, and this is some of the reason why I have issues with some preachers because they
yeah.
mislead their flock.
All right.
No, nigga, you can't do that.
No. Okay. Let me tell you where he wasn't wrong. Let me tell you where he wasn't wrong. Where he wasn't wrong was when he said that sowing, giving money to the poor will not multiply your money. That's common sense, though. I thought that everybody knows that, right?
But I
And
didn't think.
so,
But hold on, I didn't think that even when I'm tithing, I'm not
yeah,
tithing, and that's the problem. Even with the tithe, I'm not
yeah.
giving the tithe to multiply my money. I'm not giving the
That's
tithe
what,
to.
but
I'm not giving the tithe. I'm not giving. No, I am not
yeah,
tithing
yeah,
to. I'm not tithing for financial gain. I'm not giving my tithe. It's not investment banking, bro. It's not the stock market. I'm not. I'm not throwing $1,000 in the stock market and expecting it to triple. That's not what it is. I am tithing.
for
I am
you.
sowing seed. I am
Yeah,
sowing seed in the kingdom because this is what I believe,
yeah,
and I'm sowing it to reap something back. But that reaping back isn't financial. So regardless
yeah,
if I'm tithing to the church or if I'm giving money to the poor, it's not a $100 investment. Bring back 5,000. To me, no,
yeah.
it's not a direct financial investment. So that's not even that point doesn't even matter to me.
I think that's personal to you because I think that what he was saying was, uh-oh, uh-oh, I got the bad call, man. I got the bad call. Um, uh, oh man, I'm sorry. Um, so I think what you're saying is what you believe, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think also I don't think what you're not looking at is that what he does is he's a prosperity preacher. That's what he finds important. This is what he's telling his flock. Uh, I'm sorry. I gotta pause right quick, man. Kevin crazy, man. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, let me stop.
Oh, we stopping again?
No, no, are we ready? We ready?
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm okay. I gotta do this. Okay. All right. Okay. Bang, bang. Okay, so um just to recap, like I said, he's a prosperity preacher, and that's what he preaches to his congregation. His preaching is about prosperity and also I think that I think that other forms of religion are 100% in tune with that, right? You raise your hand.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish. I'll finish. I want you to finish. I got a
Like
question, but I want you to finish.
Okay, Judaism is 100% a contract between God and his flock. And if you do these things, I will give you prosperity. I will give you money. Well, I will give you I will give you what you ask for, and you will be successful if you do these things, right? And so, and some of them things might be tithing, might be whatever. I think where he lost, where he lost, it's because you can't be shine like you shining and telling people that they can't give. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with nothing he said, but the optics of it are so off. And what he does and you add that to the optics and yak with it, it's like, nah, bro, you exposing yourself, man, in so many ways that you exposing yourself that, bro, you ain't really on this journey for what you say for. You on this journey for the cash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like prosperity is I understand that he's a prosperity preacher. And
Hmm.
have a lot of these prosperity preachers, they're one trick ponies because they're not they're not teaching they're not teaching the full spectrum of the religion. They're only teaching one piece of it. It's almost like, Boogie, you're a basketball trainer. So I'm assuming, and I can assume this because I know who you are and how your training goes somewhat. You don't just go train only one thing. It's a difference if you have a kid and there's a specialty like this kid, like, look, I'm solid. I just need to be able to dribble with both hands. So you have a course of dribbling. But in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things, if you're teaching the camp, you know what I'm saying, you might teach overall the physics or the basics of playing basketball. These prosperity preachers, they're just focusing on one aspect of life or one aspect of that religion, which is the tithing and the prosperity part.
Yeah.
But also,
That's what's important to people though.
that's what's important to some people.
But, well, more people than not. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, I'm
I
glad you used
think
the
I
basketball
think
analogy.
but see, I think that's because, and I think when you get them people who only key into, I want to hear the prosperity preacher is gonna preach to me and tell me if I give the church money, I'm gonna be rich. And then they look
Mhm.
up and they've been giving the church money for 20 years and they ain't rich. And then but the pastor rich, like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? When there's a whole spectrum of things that pastor isn't teaching when it comes to the doctrine that's in that book. And that's the other
This is what you
piece.
just said, though. This is what you just said.
I'm listening.
It take people like 20 years to realize that that's not odd. That's not strange for people to do this for 20 and 30 years before they
That's
realize I
but that's
tripped out.
because people miss the main point. Not all people. There are some people miss the main point in said the religion where it's the religion isn't the building you go to or the man that you or the person that you're hearing preaching to you. The true religion
Mm-mm.
and worship of said religion is it starts with you. You have to have your own personal relationship with you with the Most High or whoever it is that you pray to, and that's not singular to just one religion. That's whatever religion it is that you believe in. Whoever is the Most High for you, you got to have that personal relationship with them, and you got to study the doctrine or and know for yourself. When you're just listening to man and you hear that prosperity teacher to tell you some bullshit and you go with it because that's what he's saying and it sound good, and I'm stuck in poverty or I'm stuck at this middle class, I want to be rich. He telling me if I give him 10% of my salary every year, then I'm gonna see that back. And you look up 5, 10 years, you ain't seen that back. I just
But
think it's
you keep answering your own question when you keep and I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying, bro, I'm not, bro. It's
when I
too
say
many
that
of
when
these type. Hold up, but it's too many of these type of pastors
yeah,
that are successful. The old Creflo Dollar, TG what's the dude name? Who wouldn't open the Astrodome? I
Joel
mean,
Osteen.
Summit. Joel Osteen, the dude of Second Baptist. You
Well,
can
the,
go
the
down.
fun
It's thousands of them.
the funny thing about Joel Osteen is he's not a prosperity preacher. That's the funny thing about him. He's not a prosperity preacher. He is a inspirational teacher, and he'll tell you at the beginning of his service, if you're looking for a Bible teaching church, this isn't it, because he's teaching you from his self help books with a sprinkle of of Bible words. So
What I'm saying, all
he
these,
a magician too.
yeah, but I'm saying all these people, all these people are prospering under the guise of being clergymen in some form or fashion.
Yep,
They're all
can't argue
family
with that.
clergymen. And what I'm saying is, and you're looking at them and you're like, okay, man, you're saying you're a clergyman, but the lifestyle you're living and the things that you're projecting, you ain't gotta say Joel Osteen is a magician. You're right, because he'll say I'm not a prosperity preacher, but look what I do. Look how I get down. If I move and act just like Creflo Dollar, I just don't talk like him, but I move the same way you do. I have my church just like his. Just 'cause I don't we the same thing. Just different we the same thing in different colors. Pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Like because of where we live at, I mean the United States, money is gonna always be an issue. It's gonna always be prominent in the conversation when you talk about anything because we're capitalists. And so a lot of these guys, a lot of people are looking for ways to make money. I'm not talking about preachers, I'm talking about people, this everyday ordinary guy. I need to make more money. I want to feed my family. I want to help my son. I want to help my daughter. I want to help my uncle, my mom. I want to make more money so I can help. I'm also religious. So all it takes is somebody to say, hey man, I'm religious, I got money. So I'm gonna follow him. Or he's a man of God, he got money. I'm gonna follow him and his church. And like you said, it takes 5, 10 years to realize, man, I done gave this nigga 15,000. Man, I done gave it. And I'm in the same spot. Right? It's layered, but it's really simple, man. It's like we just care about money so much that we'll be ignorant to the fact for so long. And like you said, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, we look back and like, damn, I've been doing this for 20 years. Whereas, and that's why I pointed out Judaism because it's a literal contract. You know what I'm saying? So when they're doing these things, if they don't see the results of what they're doing, they like, hold up now. You know what I'm saying? And their community make sure that their success, because that success in their community, it reinforces their strength in their religion. Okay, well, if I see
You are correct.
Brother Summers,
You are correct. But see that now that would be the difference between the Judaism versus Baptist or the Southern Baptist. I can only speak of what I have experience with. Is that
yeah, and y'all Christians, by the way, don't jump out of it. Y'all Christians, man.
what are you talking about? I never denied that.
I know, but you make Southern Baptists seem like there's something different from Christianity, man. They're Christians, man.
I didn't. I wasn't debating that. I'm saying the
Go ahead,
difference
keep going.
between how
Yeah,
the Jewish community or the Amish community governs
yeah.
their
So Amish.
community that's kind of centered around the religion, and you are correct, you will go to a Jewish area with the synagogue, and the synagogue will be prosperous, and then people around the synagogue will be prosperous as well, because from my optics, I don't know how the inner workings are, it does seem like that synagogue area is like that synagogue will put back into the area. You see what I'm saying? Like they'll put
Well,
back
I
into the
don't.
area.
It's not even synagogue. It's people who, if we're all Jewish, and you have a business and I have a business, my first cue is to work with you. When I'm looking for businesses, I think we try to do it. We try to do it with black-owned business. Okay, support black-owned business, right?
Right.
But the problem, the issue, not problem, the issue is that the spectrum of a black-owned business is so wide. I can't be sure that this black-owned business has the same values in me because there's no black value system. There's no system that says, okay, if you black, then you don't like this, or you do this, or this is out of bounds. You can be a black-owned business and be an SOB. You can be a black-owned business and be, what I'm saying, Christ-like. There's no umbrella that black business follow. But I say it's a Jewish business. Okay, I know for sure that they're not going to be serving no. meat that's not been, blessed by the rabbi. I know for sure certain things. If I go to not Hindu, an Indo Pac, and they have, there's a book that they're all, or there's a set of rules that they're all following, right? So the Jewish community is like, okay, we're going to work together because us working together is proving the fact, it's proving our religion to be true. Okay, we all work together, we all go to the synagogue, we all keep our money flowing with us. So yes, we're prosperous. Our covenant with God is being fulfilled through our actions. Whereas, like I said, with other communities that don't have that unifying factor, how can I know? How can I know if I go into the black business that this person for sure is going to have my same values?
But I think that's kind of loaded though, because when you're in the black community, I can be in the black community, and members of said community can be, uh, you know, Jewish, they can be Christian, they can be Islam. So with that,
Mhm.
with that, under the umbrella of the black culture, you can also have different black experiences as well, for as like, you know, Islam, Christian, uh, atheists, whatever it is that they are, that they are loyal to. So
I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. I
it,
totally agree with
but
you. That's what
but
I'm saying.
I don't
There's
look at
no
that.
umbrella.
But I don't look at that as a negative though. I just look at
I'm
that
not saying
as,
negative.
no. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying you're saying it's a negative either. I'm saying
Yeah.
I look at that as just, with the spectrum of black business. Yes, I can say, man, you know what? I need to get a teeth cleaning. So I want to go find
Uh,
a black dentist.
Dennis. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I go look at that, I'm not necessarily looking for a black Christian dentist. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a black dentist.
Yeah.
Now, if I go to this black man and he's a member of Islam, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a man of color
Yeah.
to patronize. I don't care
But what I'm
if
saying,
they're
yeah.
Islamic or if they're Christian or if they're Hindu. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
But
Now I
I'm
do
saying this.
think. All right, go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off, but I'm saying
There
this.
you go.
If you go to your church and you want a black dentist, right?
Right.
You know, if that dentist is in your church, okay, you am I more apt to go to the dentist that patrons my church, or am I going to go to an Islamic dentist, right?
All right.
It's
Whoa,
probably
whoa,
more than likely
Time out. Ask that question again. I want to make sure I heard it right.
if I'm in my church, right,
If I'm in the
and
church, yeah.
there's black dentists in my church,
Okay.
am I more apt to go to him or go to an Islamic dentist?
Well, if I'm in the church and I'm going through the church directory of black owned businesses that are promoted in said church, then I'm probably going to
Yeah.
go to. I would assume that those people in that directory would be of the Christian faith. So that
It'll
already takes
probably go
care
to
of that.
yeah, I go to them first. But what I'm saying is this: that is that dentist that's at that black church, he's pulling from them people, or that's his, that's one of his pools of people.
Yeah.
I can't just go randomly and be like, I want a black dentist, right? I could, it could, like you're right, like I said, it could be anything. It could be Islamic, it could be Jewish, it could be so and so and so and so. What I'm saying is that other cultures, it's because when you go to any business, a lot of it is how you feel. To feel good. Do I feel good going here?
Yeah.
Because it's 25 of everything. Do I
Mhm.
feel good going here? Am I comfortable here, right?
Right.
If I'm knowing if I go to an Islamic, if I'm of the Islamic faith and I go to Islamic place, it's a feeling of comfort. I'm already knowing, okay, well we're similar. We have similar feelings about things. I don't have to worry about going there and seeing something that I don't want my kids to see or I don't want to see. But if I decide to go to a black business, well, I can get anything because not because and that's not. I'm just saying that because it's so broad. It's so broad. It could be a black person could be anything.
Well, hold on now, though. You have that in all races, though. Because essentially, if
But
I'm
no, a
look,
Jewish person can't be anything though.
wait, whoa, let me finish. If I'm Caucasian and
Mhm.
the only thing I care about is patronizing a Caucasian or someone that I deem white, then I just go hit that directory up. And when I hit that directory up, technically,
I'm racist then. That's racist though.
Oh, well, let me ask you a question. So, well, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that's racist. How is that different than me just saying I want to go to somebody black?
Okay. The reason why a person would say I want to go black, well, the reason why that initiative even started is because the black dollar wasn't circulating with through black people
Oh, I get that part.
as
I'm just
opposed to
saying, I
yeah.
get that piece.
So I'm
I'm just
saying so
saying, but I'm just
if
saying as like as a white man, like I might just as a white man or as a Chinese man or Asian man, I might want to say, you know what? I just want to go patronize a Asian descent person because I'm an Asian descent person. Boom.
yeah, that's
And
what I'm saying.
I might not even be a member of the same religion that they are because
But we have a commonality though
we have the commonality is that we're Asian.
of
Same thing.
descent. But
Okay.
there's no white descent though.
You don't think that it's some European people or some white people that be like, man, I don't care who I go patronize, as long as they look like me and they're white. You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
don't
see,
think it's some people like that?
if they're talking like that, you already know what type of people they are. You know,
I'm just
if
saying,
that's how they're talking, you know what type of people they are.
you
If
ain't
those people were talking like that,
someone who's worked in
that's
dealerships for
racist then.
someone. I'm just saying, someone who's worked in dealerships
Yeah.
for better part of 10 years. I've seen white people walk in and
Hmm.
the available person is black and Hispanic, and they frown up their face and be like, I would just wait for that fella over there. You know what I'm saying? Or they wouldn't even have that accent.
Where
They'd be like,
where
or
were you at?
they will say, you know what? I'll wait for this person over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've done it before.
Familiarity.
I've walked into an establishment before and I've seen, you know, a black person and I've seen a non-black person and I've been like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna look around for a little while. And then once that, you know, person of color is free, then I do business with them. And it's not me
All right.
being racist, it's just a comfortable thing. You know, I want to do business with somebody who look like me first. Now, that's just me for the argument's sake. I
Yeah.
am
Question.
pretty open.
Question.
Yeah.
A question. I have a question. All right. If we go to a Asian restaurant, go to Dim Tam House,
That's racist.
Dim Tam, Dim Tam House noodle shop, right?
Boy, that's racist,
And
bro.
you
Go
and
ahead
you,
though.
this what that's not a name. I just made up a
I
name.
don't, yeah, I know that
If
made
I
up might
said
sound
if I
racist,
said
bro.
Leroy Jackson's chicken shop, is that racist too?
It could be.
Leroy
I'm
Johnson's.
gonna tell you this. All right. Go ahead. You go to an Asian place
I'm
and
I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do an Asian. And I'm gonna do a black place.
you're at the dumpling house. All right. Go ahead.
Dump the house. Okay, boom. You walk in.
Yeah.
You see 15 Asian people
Right.
and one brother.
Right. You asking me?
Yes, and I'm sorry, we're working there.
You asking me?
And you said you finna go to the brother.
No, I didn't. I never said that. I never said that. I said some establishments I walk into, I want to deal with the brother. Now I'm gonna give you some
And some you
context.
don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some context. If I'm walking into the Ford dealership or the Tesla dealership, if I'm walking into the
Mhm,
Tesla dealership, you know what I'm saying, and I see
mhm,
two Asian, I see two Asian dudes, Arabic
mhm,
dude,
mhm,
white guy, and a black guy.
mhm, mhm.
I might hold out for one of the people of color, meaning I'll hold out for the Arabic guy, Asian guy, black guy, or Hispanic guy. That's just me. Now, if I walk into the dumpling house and I see 15 people of Asian descent and three black people, uh, I'm
Yeah.
cool with dealing with the Asian descent person. And the black people could own the dumpling house, but I'm in the dumpling house, so you know I might want to talk to the people of Asian descent. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the dumpling house, it's their cuisine. I feel like they can give me um, the rundown of the menu and how the food is prepared.
All right. Now flip. Now watch this. Watch this.
Okay,
Watch this. Leroy's Chicken Shack.
Leroy's
Now
Chicken
let's
Shack.
make it. Let's make it more real and honest. Calio's fried chicken.
Calio's
Now
fried chicken.
Calio's Cajun fried chicken, right?
Is this in the Calio projects?
No, it's in Houston.
Oh, I didn't know
The
that was a real
Calio, it's
place.
just it's yeah, it's four of them in Houston.
Okay.
You walk into Calio's,
Hmm.
Calliope,
What kind of food they
Calio's.
serve? Soul food?
Cajun,
Cajun? Okay.
Cajun fried chicken.
Okay. All right.
Walk in there,
Mm-hmm.
not a black person in there. All Asian,
All Asian?
all Asian.
Okay.
Are you still buying the food?
Yeah.
Why?
I've had some fire Asian Cajun food before.
So you don't feel as if you're being culturally appropriated at that point. You don't feel like another culture is coming in. Not only are they making one thing if it was uh
What's on the menu?
a-
What's on the
Asian. I
menu?
mean, on
Is it
Calios?
is it a Cajun Asian fusion? Because if it's a
No,
Cajun
bro.
Asian
It's Calios,
fusion,
though.
because that's just like going to Stick Talk. Stick Talk is like a real spot in Houston, and it's a black dude that has his spin on Asian cuisine. So I'm not finna judge them because I'm walking into a Cajun spot and they're not people from Louisiana or Louisiana descent in their cooking, and it's a bunch of Asians. It could be fire. So I'm not gonna do
New
that.
Orleans style.
I'm not gonna dismiss
New
it.
Orleans. Hold up. Calios. New Orleans style seafood and po' boys.
What if they are actually from New Orleans though? Like, what if this family, what if an elder statesman in the family migrated to the States and migrated to New Orleans and they're like second generation New Orleans and they really can cook Cajun food, bro?
I can suck my. I mean, no, I ain't said.
Don't say that,
Um,
bro. And that's the
yeah.
thing. And that's the thing. Because I mean, Cajun food is nothing but French cuisine if you want to keep it a buck. So hey.
No, it's not a French.
It's a mixture of
It,
French and West Indian cuisine.
exactly.
Am I
Which was
lying? Am I
yeah,
lying?
you're right.
All right. Again,
It's a mixture.
it's a mixture. So it ain't
It's a
American.
mixture.
It's a mixture. So you can't
But
tell me that
but we're not talking about it.
I
We're not
know
talking about
like
being
I
original.
know a third generation um Palestinian family that is from New Orleans. And they have restaurants in New Orleans, and of course they have Palestinian cuisine, but they also have the straight up Cajun cuisine, bro. And the shit's fire.
What's the name of it?
I
What's the
forgot
name
the name of it,
of the?
but when you go,
Is it? Was there a picture of a black dude there doing the Bojangles?
hold on, no, you're not telling me that this place has a picture of a black dude doing the Bojangles.
No, it has the light pole, the New Orleans light pole, and it's you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
was
But
it okay? So we got a depiction of the French Quarter. Isn't nothing wrong with that.
the
Now, if you
picture
had
of
a
the French Quarter.
if they had a black man doing a jig, then yeah. But if it's just the New Orleans French Quarter scene, nah, bro, it's not. I don't think it's appropriating culture. They're making some fire
It is.
Cajun cuisine. They might really be from New Orleans.
Yeah, but no. I mean, I'm not disputing what you're saying, but to me, like when COVID first hit, I started, you started ordering out more or whatever. And I was like, Calio? Okay, boom, I know what Calio is. That's the Calio projects. You know what I'm saying? I know what that is. They got French, I mean, New Orleans style food, boom. So I was ordering there, you know what I'm saying? Probably once, twice a week. Man, probably once, no, every 2 weeks I was
Was it
ordering
good?
there. It was decent. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it's
Is what
great,
you
but
expect? It's what you expect out of Cajun fast food.
yeah, yeah, it
Uh,
wasn't bad. It was good. I mean, it had its highs and lows, but I'm not to me, food is not, whatever. So, I'm not a big foodie, what I'm trying to say. But, but then after a while, I went up there and I was like, it's not a black person in here, man. It's not anybody's even, and these are not, if they are third generation or second generation, but they couldn't be because it wasn't a American accent in there either. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, no, man. Because if I went to Asia and wanted to start a pho shop, now it's not like, yeah, we still got this pho going on, so I got
you can do that.
they'd be like, hold up.
I've 1000% seen uh black people, Hispanic people, white people who live in Japan who have Japanese cuisine restaurants that they own there and they operate. Like they went there,
But
they learned the
but they
culture, they
operate
learned the
on, yeah,
cuisine.
say it
and
again.
They went
They
there,
do
they learned the
what?
culture, they learned the cuisine, and they
Yeah.
sell it. They have a restaurant.
Yeah. And what I'm saying
Same
is
thing they did.
they no, they didn't. All they
How do
did
you know,
was
first off? How do you know?
because
Tell me how you
know
know.
why? Know how I know? Because I went in there and looked around and seen the way they operated and heard the accents of the people in there. I'm like, hold up, man. Nah, man. Y'all, I'm not saying they can't cook. I'm not saying that they haven't cooked the food, but I'm like, this is a business. This is like a McDonald's to them. They're just using the name. they're appropriating the culture. That's literally that's like when a Chinese, no, I don't stay on no people. That's when somebody from another culture starts rapping and they start rapping and sound like they do the all the rapper stuff like no, they don't rap as them, they rap as a black person. And people are
So
like, oh,
so what do you classify Tex-Mex as? Because it's not true Mexican cuisine. It's Tex-Mex. So certain things aren't Mexican at all. It was gringos making what they tasted in Mexico or what they've had, and they put their own spin on it, and now they're selling it. Or would you say that
that's
they
why it's
are?
called Tex-Mex.
But I mean,
It's not called authentic Mexican food.
well,
If they would,
Taco Bell is marketed to you as Mexican cuisine, but it's Tex-Mex. I mean, are they appropriating culture? I'm just asking. I'm
I don't
playing
think
devil's
Taco Bell
advocate at this
exists.
point.
Yeah, did Taco Bell start in Texas?
I didn't say it started in Texas. Now it's just we're speaking
Yeah.
of Mexican cuisine, but Taco Bell is Tex-Mex. Because if you order a chalupa at Taco Bell, but then you
Hmm.
go to Mexico City and eat a chalupa, it's two totally
Yeah.
different things. Same thing with the
Yeah, yes.
same
So
thing with the
yes, you're right.
chimichanga or the burrito. That shit is not even Mexican.
Yeah.
One
But
thousand percent is
so
not Mexican.
I agree. It's not isn't burrito, aren't
No,
they?
no, no. 1,000% it is not. It was created in
No.
one of these border towns in Texas. 1,000, especially the chimichanga.
But the burrito is not even well, you got Mexican burritos, you have different
It's
burritos, different
Tex-Mex, bro. I'm telling you, it's Tex-Mex.
okay, but what I'm saying is, yes, they're culturally appropriating food.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
if you have
you
that
know,
same stance, so would you have that even same stance with uh with some of these the macaroni grill or something where you go there, it is marketed as Italian food, Greek food, and then
yeah,
when you get in
yeah.
there and you go in the kitchen, it's nothing but Hispanics cooking. You know, and some of them don't even speak no English. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying that they're appropriating culture as well,
Well, you are.
or is it different
I don't
because
want.
it's a big chain?
It's different because the big chain because they're
Okay.
not. They're. This is not a. The big chain is there. This is a franchise. Somebody
Well, you
and
said the
put their
caveat was
work.
like four of them, so it sounds like it's some sort of a franchise chain to me.
It's only four of them.
Okay, that you can
I
be a
thought
chain,
if
you can
four
be a franchise
franchise,
chain with four. Yeah,
I
why
doubt
not?
that. Seriously.
Why
Okay.
why I can't
No.
have a franchise chain of food restaurants and I start with four?
You have somebody's buying into your name and da 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 da. And I don't
They could have bought into the name, bro. We don't know.
think
It's a chain restaurant. It's more than one. That's how I look at it. I could be wrong though. I'm not the smartest guy in the math class, but you know.
I don't think that's how chain. I don't think that's the definition of chain. I don't think though. I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong though. But typically, chain restaurants, you wouldn't say if I said
Give me
chain
the description
restaurants,
of a
you
chain restaurant. What is the description of a chain restaurant?
Burger King, a food chain,
Well, I
Burger
didn't say
King,
no, I
McDonald's,
didn't say
Taco
national
Bell.
chain. I just said a chain restaurant, not a national chain. So what is the
Okay,
definition of a chain restaurant?
there's
Google it right
there's
quick. You got your phone there.
I'll
Google it.
go,
Don't worry
go
about it. Google it.
okay. Let's see, chain restaurant, chain restaurant. Okay, what defines a chain restaurant? A group of restaurants with many different locations that share a name and a concept. So, what's
Now you got to.
is
Now you
4
got to.
minutes you?
I mean, two is a couple. More than two is more than a couple. So you can say I
Is
got
that
many.
many though?
I mean, I
Is
can tell
four
you.
many?
I can tell you I got many guns and I might have six. So I can if I got
So that's
four.
more than four.
But I'm saying if I can
Six
say
more than four.
if you ask me, man, how many? I mean, I got many restaurants, bro. I got four. Like, all right, bro. I'm not okay. Of course, I got four. There's many restaurants. Because now you
How
have
do I know?
now you have to find out what is many defined as. When they say
Yeah.
many,
Well,
what defines many?
many normally is four. Or it's really okay.
We don't know. That sounds like we
Okay.
don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna
It
tell you. I'm
sounds
gonna
like
tell
it
you what
sounds like
many
you're
is.
making up some shit right now.
No, 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 no. I know. Okay, you say a couple, a few, and many.
So
That's the
what
chain.
is? Well, look it up on your phone there.
I'm looking at it.
What describes many?
Okay.
What does many? What's the definition of many? How about that?
Okay. Many. What
Not like a
is,
mini female or mini person, like mini. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, definition of many. A large number. There you go.
Damn.
A
Okay.
large number of things. That could, now, is four a large number?
I don't know. It depends on. I
Nah.
don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. It
Is four a
depends
large?
on.
Come on, man. No,
Ah.
it doesn't. It's four a large number. If I say shit, I got four, I got 20. I got no. I mean, either here or there.
I
Either
don't know.
here or there.
At
But
this point, I feel like at that point it's gonna be subjective depending on who you talk to. Because if I'm talking to somebody who owns a chain of 50 restaurants, they're gonna laugh at you if you say you got many restaurants and or a large number of restaurants and you got four. If I'm talking to somebody who just now only got one and a half or two restaurants and I got four, oh shit, you got a large number.
so okay,
But
hold.
if you're asking me my
When have you had
personal,
oh no no no.
if you're
When have you
asking me
had
my
four things?
personal,
When have you had four things that I got things?
now if you're asking me my personal opinion, I wouldn't say four is the large number. No.
Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about how you are a whole
Now
ass
if I
nigga,
want to
man.
stunt,
Let's talk
if
about that.
I'm a whole ass nigga,
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's
you
talk
calling me
about
a whole
how
ass
you a
nigga.
whole. Hey, I'm calling you. I'm gonna tell you why you a whole ass nigga.
Oh, okay, cool.
I might have been I might have been a whole ass nigga with you, but you definitely a whole ass nigga.
All right.
Let me tell you why. Uh, When you used to drive,
You breaking up.
you used to drive your car
I used to drive my car.
to to Haverstock, and you would go in the studio, and you would go into the computer and hear songs, and be like, you know what? Let's take this guy off and this guy off and put our verses here and record the song. At the time, it seemed like a good thing to do. But in retrospect, looking back, that was some weak shit to do. I feel like it should have been some squabbles and some furniture moved around because songs were literally changed after people wrote. Songs were changed to the point where the old versions never showed up in no more again. Like, oh, we made a song on Monday, and then Monday night, HAN 1 and 2 came in, and now it's a whole new song, and we're performing this song. Do you remember these days?
I mean, I don't remember walking in and just saying, take them off and put me on. I will say, in the process of making music, if
hmm
I have a song recorded and I feel like I can put better verses on a song with other people when I'm working within a group or even just not a group. If I see where there can be improvement, then yeah, we're gonna improve the product before we put it out.
No. I think you're misinterpreting. I'm saying there were times when you, maybe me, 100% me, would get in a car and show up at Haverstock Studios, and we would go into the computer, and there would be songs on the computer, songs that we had nothing to do with, songs that were already laid. People had like their verses, like the hooks, had their concepts, and then I don't know who was the catalyst of it. I don't know if it was you or me or a combination, but like, you know what? Let's take this guy off and put you here, and take this guy off and put me here. Or, or it might be a beat that's laying around that's had somebody else's name on it with nothing on there. And I'm like, hey man, it's an open beat. Let's just hop on it. And we would lay something, and we go by our merry day or our merry lives. And the next day, they would come back in there and they would open their files to see that these two hoodlums that came in and put words either over their words or on their beats and just been like, shit, that's what it is. This is a new song now.
I don't remember doing that. Now,
What?
I don't remember doing it in the way you're speaking of. Now,
What?
if I was a part of that, it is what it is. But if the beat is open, I don't have an issue with it. Now, if I'm just
How's
going
it
in,
open? It wasn't. Hold up.
if I
Okay,
go find a
was it
beat,
for us?
if I go find a beat with somebody's name on it in a communal studio, because we had access to the studio. So if we had access to the studio, It was a communal studio, and if I find an open beat laying around and I put a verse on it, I put a verse on it. Now, I'm not gonna delete someone's verse where they can't recover it. You know what I'm saying? I might mute they shit and play and put my shit there, and you can,
What I'm saying.
listen. And if you like my verse better than the previous verse, oh fucking well. But I don't recall it the way you're speaking of it. But if I did
I
that,
mean,
then I guess I was a whole ass nigga.
I mean,
I mean, they ain't put hands on me for it, so
I didn't. I'm realizing, in respect, I think that people have to have. You have to have I call it a 360 view of things. So a lot of times we look at things through a 180 or through we look at it through a certain type of lens, but we don't look at it from 360. There were times we came in the studio where we was getting side-eyed, or people were just wasn't as 100. They was happy to see us, but they weren't just elated. They was like, and I realized now because man, we were coming in there right. We was coming in there rapping over their songs, man. We
that
was
might have
kind of
been
rapping on
you
their
though.
beats.
That might have been side eyeing you, because that ain't no shit I
They
would
was
do.
siding. So you wait. I can pull the songs up.
I don't even know what songs you're talking about. I'm gonna be honest
It's
with you.
several. It's a bunch of songs.
I don't know. I don't. I'm 43 now. I don't remember that shit. I don't remember
It's
anything I
several
did at
songs.
24, 25. I don't remember none of that shit. And what I'm saying is, if I was a participant in it, I wasn't the one who deleted. I wasn't the one who was
I'm not,
deleting people's
I ain't
verses.
deleting nobody's song. I'm just saying
That sounds like
they
some shit.
came in.
That sounds like some shit you and Kevin was over. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. That sounds like some shit you and
Now he
Kevin
gonna
was
put it on
over.
somebody. He gonna put it on. He
That
gonna
sounds
put
like
it
some
on
shit
us.
you and Kevin was over, and I just happened to be a participant in it, and ain't nobody say nothing to us.
They did. They definitely think
What they said.
you man. Y'all still doing my song, man. Oh man, y'all done got Smash the Gas was not our song.
Well, hold on. That ain't had nothing to do with us. That had everything to
What
do
you
with
mean?
Mario. That was Mario's decision. If Mario made the call, Mario made the call. We didn't make that call. We didn't go in there and delete
Oh,
anybody's verse.
I ain't talking about. I'm not talking
That
about
was that
deleting the
was a that
verses.
was that was that was a that was a Mario's decision, not us. So that ain't got
There
nothing to do
was
with us.
there was more than one song before the studio moved from Haverstock that
I don't
Respect My
remember.
Gangster
I
wasn't our
don't.
song.
What you talking
That was
about?
not beat. Respect My
Uh,
Gangster, the first one, that wasn't our beat. We just
uh,
came in there one day and was like, oh
a,
dang,
a,
hold
a
on.
beat, a beat, but no, but see, that's the thing though. Because we never walked in that studio just us by ourselves. It was always
What you
someone,
mean?
it was always a representative of that area there. I just don't
No,
remember.
no,
I gotta plug my phone
no,
up.
no.
Now keep going. I just don't remember us like, no. That's something I don't remember, bro. Like I don't remember that at all. Like you might be putting 100 on 10 on that one, bro. I gotta quit this phone dying stuff, man, using it as my camera. I gotta fix this. The camera can't be dying on me in the middle of the pod, and then Boogie just walks off in the middle of the pod, man. I don't know what this guy got going on, man. Kind of malarkey is this he got going on, man? Oh, wait, hold on. My camera's still going. Well, what's going on here?
Say what?
Oh, you stopped something, bro. You
Oh,
stopped
I
my
did.
video, bro. Why you hating on my shine, bro?
This what I do. I'm a hater, bro. Is it fair
I
now? Both
see.
stop.
No, man. No, bro.
You
I don't remember that, bro. If I did it, then I apologize for being a whole ass nigga, man. What you feel about this J. Cole though, man? What you feel about this J. Cole verse? Everybody been up in arms about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so you stopped the video so you could walk off camera, but instead you cut my camera off to walk off camera, still on camera. Boy, that's some hate.
I know, man. I know, man. I'm a hater, bro. I'm becoming. I'm beginning. I'm beginning to believe that I'm a hater, bro.
Not what you mean beginning to believe you're a hater?
I might be a hater. I might be a hater, bro.
And what you're just now realizing you're a hater?
No, I ain't no hater, bro.
She.
Ain't no hater about me, man. I'm so relaxed.
Well,
I
no,
really
just
want to. I want
because
to
you're a
boy.
hater,
I want to
just
boy see my. I want to boy see my Reggie Miller, man. That's what I want to do. I ain't had no cool way to do it, so I just want to
but you had it
that
on the
boy see
entire
about it.
pod though. You've had it on the
But
entire.
they couldn't see the whole. They might thought it was like they didn't know it was a stitch. They might thought it was like an iron on or something. You know what
Well,
I'm
why
saying?
don't you
So I let
just
them
get you a
see.
wide angle lens, bro?
I I can, bro. I can do that. I
Huh?
can do this, bro. And just I can. I have different. I can do that, but nah, man. Let me do it
Just
the way I
get a
want to
wide
do it,
angle
man.
lens, bro. That way the wide angle can get your whole fit. You know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do. Just get a wide angle lens.
If it's wide angle, it's gonna be this way or it's
No, it's
that way,
not,
bro.
bro. There are so many different lenses that you can use now that can get whatever optics you want.
The
So
gun
many.
show, the gun show coming back, man.
What kind of camera you use? Or are
Uh,
you using a webcam?
it's a four. I mean, 14, 20, I think.
What is that? I don't know what
I
that
have to
is.
look at the what's called. Huh?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I, I gotta look at the what's called, man.
Like
The
a
specs
mirrorless
on it.
DSLR? Is it a webcam? Is it a 4K? What is it? Like, capabilities.
It's
You shooting in
it has
1080p?
four. I think it's 10. Nah, what's the one after? What's the one before? I mean, after 1080p.
Oh,
You got 720, you got 1080, and it's the next one.
I thought it was 4K, but I could be wrong.
Maybe 4K. I don't know. Now I don't top of my head. And I don't know, it is something with the what's called is different, bro. My
Well, what?
situation ain't situation in. My my Zoom situation ain't situation in. But yeah, you partook in the snatching of purses and
I mean, if you say I
I
did, I mean,
said
I'm
that's
not
what
gonna
that
argue it, bro.
it's okay,
If you say
man.
I did, I'm not
You
gonna
know what I'm
argue the
saying? I
point.
wouldn't,
I mean, if I did, I did. You know what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying? We've been approached maybe you just forgot, but we hey man, you been having a song, man. Like, yeah, bro. Man, or nah, we ain't doing that song. We got a new song, bro. We don't even do that song no more. But yeah. What you asked me something else I wanted to answer. We was talking about I forgot.
I
But
forgot.
anyway, oh J. Cole.
Now, how you
So what
feel
I
about
think
this
about J.
verse J.
Cole?
Cole put out, man? He sitting there apologizing to Drake, wanting to be friends, but then also telling us if he would have got involved with the beef, he would have ended both of them. You know. And my question really would be for you is, fuck that. I don't care about that. My question to you is, who really is the best rapper out of the three? J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. Who do you think is the best rapper out of the three? And when I say best rapper, I'm talking about rap ability. I'm talking about catalog. I'm talking about hit song ability making. If you had to label one, two, and three out of those three, how would that go? Well, how would that list look?
Drake and Cole.
Damn, you froze, my guy. That's that Walmart internet you got over there, bro.
Be your one. You the one that got the situation with the roof, man. It might be your what's it called. Why am I'm on 4K over here. I told you I'm on 4K.
I don't think that's 4K, bro. But go ahead.
You be hating them 4K, man. I'm the hater. If you see you be real, you be like, yeah, it's 4K, but you gonna hate on it.
Well, the 4K wouldn't
Now,
be the internet though. But go ahead though.
yeah, too.
Yeah, but got
That's
the
what it is. You ain't
Starlink
help.
over here,
You
man.
ain't you ain't help on that, man. Um, uh, Drake, Cole, Kendrick, and Cole. It's hard to. It's nothing. Man. It's Drake too big. Talking about rapping style, rapping ability, hit making, all any box you want to check off. Like Drake is bigger than all those guys.
I give you that. You
The
can't take that away
people,
from Drake. You can't take his hit making ability away. You can't take his catalog away from him. I've seen people try to do that now since this whole beef is over with. They're trying to discredit Drake. You can't discredit Drake's catalog and say he can't make hits. He's a hit maker. He makes hits. I've heard some people argue he's not hip hop, he's pop. Look, pop to me only means popular music. His hip hop is popular music, and he has evolved and expanded what he does. So I would
I
still
mean,
probably would rank Drake one over all three of those guys, even though I don't like
I,
Drake at all.
I would put Cole over Kendrick because Cole, what Kendrick says he wants to do, Cole really does. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick, or I'm sorry, what Kendrick fans praise Kendrick for, Cole is that. And
I don't
Cole
know.
is like,
Expound. What you mean by that? So what do Kendrick fans praise him for that is actually the workings of J. Cole?
they talk about how grounded he is and how black centric he is and how, you know, he has a unique style and that he doesn't follow trends. And
Okay.
that's cold.
Well,
That's
I think
cold.
that's well, you can say it's both because you can't say that's not Kendrick.
I ain't saying it's not Kendrick, but I'm saying, but Kendrick is body with his drop. Like Kendrick has what, 5 albums, 4 albums?
Well, I
Cole
mean,
got like 7.
okay, so one drops more than the other. That doesn't okay, that's still not take that doesn't prove anything you just said though.
What I'm saying is, if you coming out every 3 years and I'm coming out every year, how can you say you better than me and we both doing the same numbers?
Well, that's not what we just that wasn't that wasn't the argument wasn't saying I'm better than you because I drop less than you, or the question wasn't how can you say I'm better if you drop less. I'm just
I'm
purely
saying if they do similar things, but I do this thing at a higher rate than you, you do it once every 3 years, I do it every year, then I'm not saying that you bad. I'm just saying like I do it more than you, bro. So
well
you can't.
if me and you are both conscious rappers and I drop one album every other year and you're dropping every year, that doesn't mean that you're better than me because you drop more than I do. Like
I got.
my content can be better when I drop. So I can have better content when I drop, and you could have subpar content or not subpar because J. Cole is not subpar. But
That's what I'm saying.
what I'm saying is I can drop one album to your two and a half. But if my
But
content is
it's not
always
that.
top,
It's
let me
three
finish.
to
Well,
one.
all right,
Yeah.
cool. So I can drop 3-1. Well, hold on. If you said K Dot got 5 and Cole got 7, is that 3-1?
Okay. No,
That's
Cole
not
got
three
more
to
than
one.
7. Cole got more than 7. K
Are we
dot.
and
K dot.
we're talking about actual albums? Are we including mixtapes and Lucy's? That's my question.
If
Huh?
Cole got. If we include that, then Cole got way more than
Even
Kendrick.
though,
If we
okay,
talking about,
I'll roll with this, even though this isn't what the conversation was. But all right, I'll roll with that. I'll roll with what you're saying right now. Just because you're dropping more content than me doesn't mean that the content is better than mine. So I can
I didn't
drop
say
less.
that.
I no, that's what I'm saying. I can drop less content, but it's better than I can drop less content with better quality than your more content. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
is
yeah,
what it
bro.
is.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's an if that you're creating an if that's not
I'm not
there.
creating an if because
No,
no,
let
I'm
me, let
not
me finish.
creating an I'm not creating an if because you
You
have
are
one
because
no because you have one artist that in the eyes of the public is puts out better music than the other,
okay. How about this?
and he
I said,
doesn't
about who?
drop
What
as
public?
often.
What public? So okay, I'm asking
You
this.
can't sit
What?
here on Al
Who?
you can't sit here on Al Green's internet
Who said?
and
Who
act time out.
said
Whoa,
Al
time out.
Green? Who said Cole was whack?
Let me finish. First off, no one said Cole was whack.
Exactly.
The conversation was never any. So first, the conversation was none of these guys are whack. No one said
Exactly.
when we're talking about three guys who are considered the three best, and I just said rank the three best.
Exactly.
So nobody said
Exactly.
anybody's whack.
So if all three of us are very very good,
All
we're
three are
all
rap
very
gods.
good.
All three are rap gods amongst you peasants. All right. So now
Okay,
I'm just saying
so
rank them one, two,
now
and three.
you saying that we all we all have godly qualities. We all have dropped godly products.
Yeah.
You dropped 12, I dropped 4. How is your 4 better than my 12 when we all dropping godly stuff?
Well, you brought this up. I never said the better about anything. I never brought any. I
I'm
was
asking
never
you a
speaking.
question.
I
I'm
never
asking you a
was.
question. No, I'm asking you a question. No, I'm asking you a question. We all dropping godly stuff. If you drop 4 and I drop 12, how is your 4 better than my 12? And it's all godly stuff.
Your 12 ain't better than my 4. If that's the case,
I'm asking you, how is your 12?
but
How is
why are
your
you
4?
asking? You can't ask.
Oh, let me
But time out.
finish.
My question would be, why are you asking me that when I'm not even arguing that point? So I don't have a rebuttal
I'm
to it because
asking.
I never said
I'm
that my 4 is better than that 12. So that's not
if
even a
I'm
question to
asking
ask
you a
me.
question. It's not about Cole or anybody. I'm saying if LeBron, no, if we're both very very good, we're both very very or all of us very good. You put out 4 good projects and I put out 12 good projects. How would you put me ahead of you? And we doing both great good stuff, but you only did it 4 times. I did it 12 times.
Then if I
How
have
would
to,
I put you in front of me?
if I have to, if you're making me measure a project for someone who put out something 4 times versus somebody put out 12. They're both great, but which one has the better content? So you can have 12 projects, but my four still is
Mm.
better content than your 12. Nobody in this equation is
That's the
much
if
more.
though. You creating the if,
What
bro.
talking
Because
about?
I'm
What talk,
saying that
well,
they
you created the if when you
no,
asked.
you created
Can
the
I
if because
can
I'm
I finish? Well,
saying we
time out,
both
time
saying
out.
we
I let you talk. That's what I'm saying.
go
You
ahead.
created the if when you asked me, how am I saying my four is better than your 12? When all I'm saying is, if that's the case, if that's what you're asking me, and I have to judge by those metrics, then I'm looking at the content. If the four records
Yes,
is
I'm
better
saying you
content.
keep creating the if.
All right, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? A real
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
You're telling me I'm
yeah.
creating what? You saying I keep creating what?
If because
All right,
we've already
so
we both
stop. Well,
established
stop.
the
Well,
same
stop.
thing, bro.
But the question is, but this is the problem with why this is the problem with you stopping me. If
Mhm.
you're asking
Okay,
me, how can I
yeah,
say the four is better than the 12? Then
yeah.
I have to tell you the criteria in which I'm judging the four versus the 12. And if I'm judging the content of both projects, the content of the four versus the content of the 12, they're both jamming, but in my opinion, the four, the content is better than the 12. I will put the four over the 12 because the content in the four exceeds the content in the 12. It's all good content, but the four is better than the 12. I'm not
What I'm
creating,
saying is,
I
hold
have
on,
to create a scenario if you're asking
yes,
me
sir.
how I could answer that question, even though that's not what
I,
we were talking about.
yeah, well, I think Drake, Cole, and Kendricks are all dropping the some of the are all dropping high tier projects. None of these
Correct.
projects are weak.
Not
None of these
that
projects
never was
are
a
sorry.
right.
That's never a question. I ain't say you said that. I'm saying so now who is the all best, but who's the best of the best? So you're saying that you're because you're saying that okay, I'm gonna look at the content of his versus the content of his.
If I'm judging the
And I'm
best of the
saying,
best, then I gotta have some sort of measuring stick to go by. I'm not
and
finna
I'm saying, go
the
ahead, go ahead.
measuring stick. The if I'm judging the best, if I'm judging the best of the best, I gotta have some sort of metric to go by.
And I agree. And so what I'm saying is, what you're trying to use is 100% subjective. You're saying, well, I'm gonna look at the content and see
It's
what it
all
says. And
subjective,
I'm
but go
saying,
ahead though.
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is that if we're agreeing, all of these guys are superb. We're not saying, well, he's not, he's all right. We're saying all. So all of their content is superb. So I'm saying that you only put out four projects. I put out 12. So your four projects are superb, not taking nothing from them. But I did that three times over. So how you gonna put your four on 12 and it's all superb? You have to say that some of my 12 ain't superb to say that your four better than my 12. If it's
Well,
all
so
superb,
again, but again, when we say all three of these guys are top tier, they're top tier.
yeah,
Now, just
yeah.
because I'm saying all three guys are top tier, don't mean every project that that person put out is superb. That's what I'm saying. It's
And
all
okay, and
subjective. It's all subjective.
I'm saying they're all superb.
So
I'm saying all this,
in your example, you're saying they're all superb. So in your example,
yeah,
if you're saying they're all superb, then you need
yeah.
to answer your own question and tell me how you would rank one over the other. If you're
I
asking
just told
me,
you.
okay, cool. So you told
Yeah,
me your
yeah.
answer,
How
and
me,
when you
not
asked
you.
me, and
Yeah,
yeah, we both answered our questions. Nobody is
yeah.
right or wrong because it's all subjective. But nobody is gonna know. All three of these guys aren't finna have 4, 12, and 16 equal projects. No, bro, it's gonna be some differences in projects. You're gonna have some guys who are rapping better on some projects than others. Like they're top
Also,
tier rappers. What do you mean they're top tier rappers? But they have different content. And when you
but
and
you
well, hold
keep
on,
changing the metric of what you. Yeah, you said
I'm not changing any metrics because we don't have a
you.
solid solidified metric that we're using to judge any of this. This is all a
Okay, okay,
subjective
okay. Hold
question.
on. I'm saying is this: if we're saying that we're saying it don't have to be as complicated as you're trying to make it.
I'm
I'm
not making it
saying we're
complicated. You are.
okay. Watch. Okay, how so? This is simple. We Drake, Cole, and Kendrick all drop classic albums. They don't have one album that's not classic.
That's not
or
true. Go
close to
ahead though.
classic. I'm just saying
Every album that they
in
have dropped, every album that has been
in the
dropped is not a classic album.
in the
They
last
all
10
have
years,
classic albums.
in the last 10 years, all let's just for argument's sake, let's say all 10 of their albums, all the albums they put out in the last 10 years have been close to classic, if
Cool.
not classic.
All right.
Okay. So how many projects did Drake put out? How many projects did Cole put out? How many projects did Kendrick put out? If we all put out high quality music, now it's the difference between saying like, oh, now three of them Cole albums is bullshit.
So
There's
your
nothing
metric
wrong
is
with okay, but
your metric is volume. So if I'm going by your metric,
no,
but you
no, I
because
just
you're telling
told
you,
you,
let me finish. You're telling me that it's all good music. So now Cole put out 12, Kendrick may have put out 4, let's say Drake put out 18. So at that point,
yeah,
it's all you're telling me the musically wise, sonically is on the
yeah.
same level. So now you since you're bringing up the volume, how many projects were dropped? I would assume your metric is, well, this guy did the exact your words, this guy did what you did, but more. So that
No,
person
I'm
that
saying
you but these were your words. Your words
no,
were
I
no,
said that
I'm no, let me
Drake
finish.
was
Let me finish.
above everybody, right?
Time out. Let me finish. Your words were,
Right?
your words were, these guys did the same sonically,
Yeah,
but one guy put out more music than the other. So how can you say
yeah,
the guy who put out less music is better than the other? So in your
yes,
example, your metric
yeah.
is volume or the amount of music that's put out. So you're saying everybody's on the same level sonically, but since let's say in this example, J. Cole put out more music than Kendrick, I would give J. Cole the edge because he did the exact same thing but more. So your metric is volume, and that's cool.
No, I'm saying that well, I'm
So
saying
that's
that
not what you're saying,
in
is what you're telling me.
what
Okay,
I'm
what are you
saying
telling me
is
then?
in those two comparing those two people, not saying, well, let me try to help. Let me try to clarify a little bit so I can
Please do.
understand what you're saying. I'm saying that volume isn't the metric. I'm not saying if you put out more that you're better. I'm
Okay.
saying between those two guys, if we're comparing those two guys,
We are
because Drake,
comparing
I
those
don't
two.
think
We're
I'm
not
saying
Drake.
that
Drake wasn't even in the conversation. It was
I
Kendrick
know.
and J. Cole.
Yeah,
So don't
I'm
even
saying
bring up Drake's
because
name.
I know, no, let me finish. Drake's important because I'm saying if Drake put out 6 projects, what Drake did in those 6 projects is astronomical. So we can't even. Drake is one, and I'm saying that in
I don't agree with that, but that ain't
between.
what you were saying. Go ahead though.
How you tell what I'm saying? But anyway,
Because we were talking
I'm
about
saying
J.
that,
Cole and Kendrick. We at this
and yeah,
point we had
yeah.
already
Let me finish.
left Drake. So Drake wasn't
Yeah,
even in
yeah,
the question.
okay. Yeah, yeah. So between Kendrick and Cole, okay, what's the separating factor in them two guys? Okay, they're both good artists. They're both good, great, whatever word you want to use to describe them. One is not, people don't be like, oh man, fuck Cole. No, I'm saying like if you were to measure their talent, their skill, it's not like one is way up here and one's way down here. They're equally great,
I got that.
right? They're equally great. So now if we're equal, well, if you say content, well, that's a wild way to say content because that would assume that somebody's content is not good, right? If you're saying who got
No,
better
that's
content,
not true.
okay, well, who got bad content between Drake and I mean between Cole and Kim? Who
And
has
no, no,
bad content?
I thought 10 minutes ago we established that no one has bad content.
Okay, so how you go? So if nobody has bad content
So
and you
just
have
because I
four
say
projects,
just because I said okay, so just because I would if I have the opinion that J. Cole has better content than Kendrick Lamar, that's not saying that Kendrick Lamar has bad content or vice versa.
I agree
That's
with you.
only
I
saying
agree with you.
that I feel like Kendrick Lamar. That's only me saying that I feel like J. Cole content is better than Kendrick's. That's not saying that Kendrick's content is trash at all. If I'm saying these are two top tier cream of the crop guys
Mhm.
rapping,
I guess what
they're
I'm
rap
saying.
gods, but in their
Okay,
rap and in their tier of ranking on Mount Olympus, J. Cole raps better than Kendrick. That's not a knock on Kendrick. That's not saying Kendrick has trash music. That's not saying he's not a rap god. I'm saying
yeah.
now that we are at Mount Olympus, I'm judging the content. and J. Cole's content is better than Kendrick's. That's all it is.
I mean, mm, I don't know. Like I said, there's yeah, I guess. Because I'm like, I mean,
It's like what I'm saying.
if you start comparing content,
When
when
I
you start
say, but
saying
when I say
content,
that, but when I
that's a
say that,
wild.
it's not a wild. It's not wild at all because that's part of it. Because Drake's content and rap style is different from J. Cole's and is different from Kendrick's. So your Kendrick fan might love Kendrick's content because he comes across as a more conscious rapper, Afrocentric kind of guy, family kind of guy, dabbles in hood culture a little bit, and then you have Drake, who is a more of a superstar, rock star kind of guy, uh, wild escapades and San Tropez kind of guy, content, heartbreaker kind of content. So when you got those two different styles measured up against each other, now your fans are going. Some fans are going to lean more to Kendrick. Some fans are going to lean more to Drake.
That's very that's a very that's a very that's a very unfair depiction
That's what
of.
he unfair depiction. That's ludicrous, bro.
So you're saying that, well, how the reason why Drake, okay, the reason why Drake would be number one is because Drake is able to do all the styles he Drake is an entity
Okay.
in the music industry. He's
Oh,
number
so
one.
we're changing. We're changing the conversation. You're talking about Drake. Gotcha.
No. Saying when you're saying that basically when you start talking about content, there's no way to there's no clear way to measure content. There's no way because is content is 100% subjective.
All of this
But
is
then it's
100%
not subjective,
subjective, though.
bro. It's not subjective. What are you saying about content? What is J. Cole rapping about that Kendrick Lamar is not?
They have different content. So to the J. Cole fan, the
What
J.
is J. Cole rapping about that Kendrick?
Well, you're asking me and raising your voice at me like I'm sitting here arguing the fact that one is better than the other, which I'm not. I'm just
Is
asking a
asking you a
question. So
question.
now my questions that I
I'm asking you a
answer,
question.
the
What is J.
questions,
Cole rapping that Kendrick Lamar's
the
not?
questions that I am asking you about aren't my personal opinion. I don't have a personal opinion about any of it.
Okay, well, I'm just asking you a question. I'm asking you a question right now. What is J. Cole rapping about that Kendrick Lamar is not?
I don't know. You tell me.
You said that one. I'm saying
I
what
said
I'm
that what?
saying is
I said that what? No, tell me what I said.
you said that a person could,
Okay, just like that. I said yes. I said a person can.
but I'm
The
asking
words that
you.
I said. No, the words that I said were that a person could like Kendrick Lamar's content more than they would like Drake's content, or vice versa. That's not me saying personally that Kendrick Lamar is rapping about something that J. Cole or Drake is not. I'm not saying
Okay,
that personally.
okay,
I'm just
perfect,
speaking
perfect.
about
So now I'm asking you.
a fan of whoever is a fan of Drake can say, you know what, I like Drake's content better than Kendrick Lamar because Drake is
But
rapping
why do
about
we
having.
care what the fan thinks, bro? Why would we think we can't? Why would
What are
we
you
take
talking
what a
about? What are you
fan of?
talking about?
Hold on,
Time
hold on,
out,
let me
time
finish.
out, time
Let me
out,
finish.
time
Let
out.
me finish.
What do you
Let me
mean?
finish.
But no, I'm not gonna
Let
let
me
you
finish my
finish, bro.
sentence.
Because first
Let me
off,
finish
you
my
cut me.
sentence.
No, first off, you cut me off when I
Go
was in the
ahead.
middle
Go
of a
ahead. Go
sentence,
ahead.
bro.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
Why do we care? Why would we care about what a fan thinks? The fans are the ones
Why
that are
would we
judging the
care?
music, right?
What I'm saying is, why would we care about what a fan of Kendrick Lamar thinks about J. Cole's music? You saying fan of Kendrick Lamar and asking about J. Cole, or you saying we're going to look objectively at the music outside of our say, okay,
What are you
like we
talking about,
asked you,
bro?
hold on, that's why I asked you, what does Kendrick Lamar about that J. Cole doesn't and vice versa? So the content is a so we can't content was better or worse. What you mean?
Nobody
It's the
said
same.
content is better or worse. What are you talking about?
So exactly. So I'm saying is, how can I like one content better than the other?
Who do you
That's
like?
it's a,
Who do you personally like out of the three?
how do I like the
Who do
best?
you personally like the best out of the three?
Out of Cole, change
Uh, you breaking up? I
sir,
can
I
hear you.
hear my answer in my head. I said answer, and you're gonna be like, no, man, blah, blah.
I'm not at
Because
all.
I'm gonna say
Tell me who do you like the best out of
I
the
like
three?
them all for different reasons. I
Oh,
like them
cool.
all for different
Stop
reasons.
right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Why? Give me
Yeah,
one reason why you would like Kendrick.
I like Kendrick. I like Kendrick the least, but I
That's
respect his
fine, but
style.
tell me one reason why you like Kendrick. What do you like about Kendrick?
I'm saying, I rap, rap.
But what do you like about him though?
He's a good rapper.
Okay, he's a good rapper. What
He's
about
a
his
technically
raps are
sound
good though?
rapper.
What about his raps are good? What do you like about his
He's a
raps?
technically sound rapper.
Cool. All right.
He's able to, put words.
Is that a blanket statement? Is everybody on this list technically sound rappers?
Well, I mean, on this list, he's the best of the best. Yeah, the best, bro. So yeah, they all gonna be technically sound.
So
But I'm saying that
is
I
there
feel
a difference? Is there a difference in the styles between Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake?
100% difference. But I'm
Cool.
saying that Cole, I like Cole because Cole is a bit more abstract to me,
Okay.
and Cole is more in tune with Cole's able to be Cole with whatever's current. Meaning like Cole can be Cole with the on with Lil Yachty. Cole can be Cole on the track with Royce the 5'9". Cole can be Cole on the track with T Grizzly. Cole can be Cole on a track with 21 Savage.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar is not going to do a song with 21 Savage. Kendrick Lamar ain't going to do a song with T Grizzly. Kendrick Lamar ain't going to do a song with Lil Yachty.
Okay.
There's not a Lil Yachty Kendrick song out there. It's now a
Okay.
T Grizzly, you know what I'm saying?
Now move to Drake.
Now, now Drake is able, Drake is already an entity in itself. So when Drake does a song with 21 Savage, Drake doesn't have to do a song with 21 Savage, but Drake can still do a song with them and still be true to Drake the same way.
Now, what you just described to me was the differences in these guys' content. Am I correct?
No,
How? You
you
just described to me the differences in their art and the differences in their craft, and that will be the differences in their content. So what you just
no,
described,
you don't
yes, because you just
you're not
described.
describing the word content correctly, bro.
How am I not? What do you
Content
mean?
content is what you are talking about in your songs. That's
One
content.
thousand percent, yes. They're all three.
So what
All
I'm
three of them are
saying,
talking about different things in their songs, book.
no, J. Cole
So you mean to tell me
and
J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar speak about the exact same thing in their songs?
I'm saying that J. Cole and Kendrick are very,
That ain't
very
what I asked.
similar.
That is not what I asked you, JB. Stop sidestepping the question. My
But
question
that's a
was,
crazy ass question, my
no,
nigga.
it's
Hell,
not a
now they talk
crazy
about
ass
the same
question.
ass shit. That's
Oh,
crazy.
time
So
out, time out. So if you know they're not talking about the same shit in their songs, that means all three of them have different content in their music book.
okay, so what? Okay, well, so how come I asked a simple question like, what is J. Cole talking about that is not just like, but if it's different
Because
content, then just tell me one.
I wasn't fighting any of this. Did not none of this,
But I asked your question though,
none of
bro.
that was what we
I
were
answered all
talking
your
about.
questions. Answer mine. I answered all your questions. What in your summation, what is J. Cole talking about different than Kendrick Lamar in his songs?
J. Cole talks about he tackles social issues, but he also kind of tackles being the common man. Uh, his content is more in line or in tune with college kid kind of situation. That's why he hit the college tour when he was younger or when he was going on tour. That's why college kids like him more. Kendrick kind of hits the gang culture a little bit with coming from the hood and some real Afrocentric black people, black power, promoting blackness type shit. J. Cole hits that a little bit, but he also hits the common man, I'm the commoner, rapidy rappy kind of persona. Drake, he comes through with the Hollywood cash money, Sandro Pay escapades. I'm smashing all the females type content. All three of them have different content.
So just say this. Just say I don't really listen to them rappers. Just say I don't really listen to J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick like that
So
because that's what you should say, bro.
did I not describe their content? Hey, and
No,
then
bro. No, you
so
did
what's the
not.
con?
You
So
literally did not,
in
bro.
your opinion, what's their content then?
Okay. I mean, Kendrick Lamar's last album was about his family, about dealing with his family, about the problems and the pressures of his family.
Did I not
J.
just say
Cole
10 minutes?
last,
Did I not just say
hold
10?
on.
Did I
J.
not
Cole
just
last
say, time
album,
out? Did I
J.
not
Cole
just
last
say 10,
album.
Boog, 10 minutes
Let's move
ago?
on.
Boog, no, I'm not
Let's
moving
move
on.
on.
I'm
Go on.
not
Let
finna,
me
no,
you,
and I'm not
go
finna let
ahead.
you do, I'm not finna let
Go
you do that
ahead. I
because
ain't finished. I didn't finish.
when I
I
spoke
didn't
about that,
finish.
10
I
minutes
did
ago, when I
though.
spoke about
Keep
it 10
going.
minutes ago, when you first told me I was tripping with the content and that's weird, this, that, and the third, I told you. I said Kendrick be spit.
What did I
Kendrick will,
say? What am I saying?
I said
What am I
Kendrick
saying?
I said Kendrick will spit content about family, about social issues, about that. That's
But
what I
what am I
said.
saying?
You just
But
told
I
me
said,
now.
listen,
You
you didn't
just
let me
told
finish.
no.
You didn't let me
Because I'm
finish.
not letting you finish
You've
because
cut
you.
me off.
I'm not.
Okay, well
I
then tell me what
cut
I'm gonna
you
say
off.
next
I
then.
cut you off because you
Because
told. I
because
cut
you
you
wanted to
off.
finish.
I cut you off because you told me I don't listen to the music. I said, "What you mean I don't listen to the music? Did I not
You
describe that
don't,
same
bro,
thing?"
because
And
if you
then the
saying
first
that
thing you
J.
said,
Cole talking about college kids, what
the
the fuck you
first
talking about?
I
College
didn't say
kids is
I did not say J. Cole talks about college kids, bro. That
you
is
say
not what I said.
his why'd you bring up college with
Is
why'd you
he
even bring
not
up college with J.
because
Cole?
J. Cole is known to be popular with the college student. Say I'm lying.
Since
Say I'm
when?
lying. Since he
Since 10 years
came out. What
ago?
are you talking
10 years
about?
ago?
Since
10
he
years
came
ago?
out.
10 years ago?
Since he came
10
out,
years
bro.
ago, bro. 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, nigga. If I
What's the
said
name of
since
his
he
last
came
album?
out,
What's
what?
the name of his last album? What's the name of his last
The
album?
last album hasn't even dropped. It's supposed to be called The
What you
Fallout. It ain't
mean?
dropped yet. Has the
What's the
Fallout
last
dropped?
album he dropped?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. Nigga, you tell
So
what is it then? What is it?
KOD. But what I'm saying is that
Bro,
album, the album
KOD,
he dropped,
that dropped like 4 years ago, damn near.
that's the last album he dropped.
J. Cole.
That's what I'm saying.
That is
And
not the last. Actually, he dropped the album this year, even though it's a mixtape. You want to call it an album or a mixtape?
how's
It
that?
is what it is.
So
Am I
okay,
lying? Yes or no? Am I lying?
what album he dropped this year?
I said it's either an album or a mixtape. I don't know the name of it. It's in my
What did
phone.
he drop this?
My fucking
I
camera,
don't
bro.
think he dropped anything this
He
year.
one
I
thousand
think
percent
he dropped
dropped the mixtape.
a
One
single.
thousand percent. J. Cole
What?
dropped the
Might delete
mixtape, bro.
later?
He
Might
dropped
delete
the
later?
mixtape.
No.
One
J.
thousand percent. J.
Cole
Cole dropped the
this
mixtape this
year?
year. Yes, he dropped the mixtape this year, bro.
Uh, what's okay? To
J.
avoid an
Cole
argument. Hold on,
100%
hold
dropped the
on.
project this year, bro.
To avoid an argument, what's it called?
Nigga, I just told you I don't know what it's called. My phone is my camera right now. I don't have my phone in
Okay,
my
all
hand.
right.
It's a yes or no question. Did he drop a project? Yes or no?
Was it more than 3 songs?
Did he drop a project? Yes or no, boo?
The last thing he dropped was Might Delete Later.
Did he drop a project this year? It's yes or no.
He dropped Might Delete Later.
Yes
That
or
was
no.
a
Yes
three.
or no.
Hold up, man.
Yes or no.
You ain't
It's
answering no yes or
yes
no
or
questions. What you mean?
no.
Why I got
It's yes or no. Did he
J.
drop a
Cole
project this
has
year?
not dropped the album this year.
I
No,
said a project. I said it's either an album or a mixtape. Did he drop a project this year? I
he
said
didn't
yes
drop
or
a
no.
mixtape this year.
All right,
He
that's cool
dropped.
then. He ain't drop it. Let's
He
go. Move on.
dropped. He
He ain't
dropped
drop it.
Might
Move
Delete
on.
Later. Why I gotta move on? How you
I
gonna
said
dictate how the
because you're
conversation
right. He
go?
didn't drop it, so that's cool. We can move on.
But like I was saying, J. Cole last project he dropped wouldn't care. It was off season. I'm sorry, it was off season. But what I'm saying is the same subject matter that was in the subject matter that was in the off season is damn near the same subject matter that's in Mr. Morales and the Hot Steppers or whatever this shit was called.
Mr.
It's the same
Morale and the
subject
Big
matter
Steppers.
in the Big Steppers. Yeah, it's the same subject matter.
What's
It
the
might
subject
be
matter?
different.
So what's the subject
It
matter?
was family, dealing with fame, dealing with emotions as a black man, Afrocentric. It's the same subject matter. It was presented differently, but the content is very similar. That's why, whatever.
So
I'm
cool.
not
The content
arguing,
can be similar. So you telling me I can't still measure the content between the two?
but I'm okay. What I'm asking you is if it's the same content, what are you measuring? You're measuring delivery. If you're
I'm
talking
measuring
about
the
the
content.
delivery,
If I'm measuring the content, I'm measuring what they're speaking about, how relatable it is for me or to me, delivery, beats. If I'm feeling the vibe, all of those things are rolled into one when I'm judging someone's content, and it's all subjective
okay.
because what I like is gonna be different from what you like, and what you like is gonna be different from what the person on the corner like. We're all going to like different things.
Okay. All I'm saying is that the only thing I was you said content, and I was trying to understand, or I'm trying to understand if the word what you said, I was like, okay, well, the content is similar, and you're talking about the beats and okay, well,
I ain't
okay,
said shit
cool, I
about no
agree.
beats until just now, bro.
I
Until just
know.
now, I ain't
That's what
say
I'm trying
shit
to
about a
say.
beat. You knew what I was talking
Exactly.
about when I said
How I know
content,
I
bro. You
nigga
knew
if I
exactly. You knew exactly what I was talking about when I said content,
if
but
I
you
knew
just
what you
wanted
was
to
talking
argue,
about,
bro.
well, no, I'm asking you 10 times. We done had a whole conversation. I'm actually like, hold up, they talk about the same shit, and you said to me, no, it's
Because they
different.
don't.
And now,
Because
what you
all I
mean?
said was they have different content. They can talk about the same shit and the
How?
content be different, bro. You're not finna make me
All
feel the
right,
way the fuck you
you're
want me
right.
to feel, bro.
I know, you're right, you're right. However you want to place it, man. You're right.
It ain't about how I want to place it, bro. Like it is what it is. It's all subjective. So nobody is right or wrong in the situation to begin with.
I
I'm
didn't say
cool with that.
anybody wrong.
And
I
I'm
didn't say.
cool with
I'm just
that.
saying.
I'm just saying you're
I'm
not you. I'm
saying
just
that you
saying
said a word, and
no,
I'm
nigga.
asking
You
about the
can't
word,
make
and you
me
want to
feel
twist the word
you
up.
can't make me feel the way you want me to feel and try to play on some
Who
bullshit
said
ass
that?
wordplay type
No,
shit because you want
it's
to sound like you
bullshit
right,
because you
bro.
said it. It's
I
bullshit
said
because you said it
measuring
because I said
content.
it.
You know what measuring content means.
How
If
the fuck I'm
that's
supposed?
the
How I'm
you
supposed to
know
know?
what that
Okay, I'm
means.
asking.
You know what
I'm a-
measuring content
no.
means,
I'm gonna ask
bro.
you a
You're not
question.
slow, bro.
I'm gonna
You're an
ask you a
educated
question.
person.
I'm gonna
You
ask you
know
a
what
question. I'm
measuring
gonna ask you a
content
question.
is.
Well, if I'm an educated person and you tell me and you give me and you say a word to me and I ask you about the word you say and now you're telling me to find the context
I
in
don't
your
know how
words,
many
I'm
more
like,
time.
well,
I don't know how many more ways I can explain to you if I was measuring content how I would measure it. I can't. I can't. I don't know how many more ways I can say that.
what I'm saying is the word you're saying isn't describing what you're trying to say.
So
I
what am
agree
I?
with you.
So what? I no no.
Hold on. I
Then
agree with you.
educate. Then no no. Then educate
I
me and
agree
tell.
with you.
Then educate me and tell me what word I should be using. How about that?
I agree with you if
So
you're
what word
saying
should I be
that
using?
yeah, if I'm agreeing with you, if you're saying that all these things roll into one is how you consider the content,
I
then
said
okay,
that
yeah. If you're saying
five or six times. But you're telling me
but
that's
if
not the word I should be using. So my question is, what word should I be using?
I'm saying that if you're saying their content, I was trying to ask you several times. That's why I made a specify. I'm like, what you mean by content? Because they talk about the same thing. That's what I said, and you was like, no,
You said
everything's
they talk
different.
about the same thing. I didn't say that they talked about
Do
the
you
same
okay?
thing, but
Do you disagree that
I also explained to you what the content was. My question, and you
your
said
opinion, you explain how
again
you how
because we're talking with each other, so we would be
I
explaining
know it's
our
all
how we
okay.
see it. And I said
And
this
I'm
is
trying to
subject is
understand
all
you, bro. I'm trying to
again. I
understand
said it's
you.
all subjective. This and I said that I said it's subjective. This
But
is how I view it. So I'm
every time I
telling you
try to
already, it's
understand,
subjective. Is how I view it. Now you know
but
how I view it. So
every time I'm
I
trying
don't
to
get the disconnect.
every time I try to understand you, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. I'm trying to get a view or a viewpoint from where you're coming from. And so the reason why I stopped you, because I'm like, hold up, this is how I understand this word to mean, the way you said it. And so you tell it,
First
huh,
off,
see,
we even got here because, bro, we weren't even talking about this. The argument or the conversation, because I don't want to say argument, the conversation wasn't even about J. Cole's content or lyricism or album versus uh Kendrick Lamar's. I asked a simple question and you brought that up. So you brought up the 4 versus the 12. And I said, well, if I have to, then I would judge by this metric. I wasn't saying I was. I just honestly, I thought I was asking just a normal small question in a bigger piece of a conversation was if this one person is on the same level but has 4 albums versus this other person has 12, then how would you break it down? Then I would look into the content and quality of the music or the projects. And if the 4 is better, and that's what I said, if the 4 is better than the 12, then I would rank the 4 over the 12. So I answered the question you asked, and then you rolled it into this, which I wasn't even trying to argue or debate.
uh, hmm,
So, like this
uh,
last 25 minutes
uh,
of debate, it wasn't even the topic because I wasn't arguing either one.
are you a J. Cole fan?
I'm not. I don't feel that strongly about J. Cole, Drake, or Kendrick to say one is better than the other. If you want to be honest, from my opinion.
So, as a person who listens to J. Cole, Drake, and some Kendrick, I listen to Kendrick the least of the three. In fact, today, as I was writing, and I have a co-signer, I would call him, but I ain't gonna bother that man. We were listening to Trey and Ibiza today. right? Which is the project you're talking about, Might Delete Later. And, it was a full project. You are correct. He did drop it. It was a full project this year. It wasn't a mixtape. It was an actual album. I don't, um, but as a person who listens to these people with frequency, I'm just saying that I'm not, I'm not denouncing or downplaying your opinion, but I'm also saying that the content of Drake, like what they talk about, to me, it sounds like you're saying more about, and this, I'm just saying this is what it seemed like to me, like, and that's what I'm trying to get to. You're talking about,
I was answering the when you asked me how do you judge
you
the
said
four.
content, and the
When
content
you
is what
asked
they say.
me how do you judge the 4 over the 12, when I
Yeah,
answered that question for you, I was not answering that question as saying Kendrick Lamar's content is better than J. Cole's. I answered
I'm not
that
saying
question.
it isn't.
I want you to hear me clearly. I answered the question saying if I am in the situation where I have to
Hmm.
judge 4 versus 12,
Hmm. Yeah,
small versus many. If I
yeah,
have to judge that, and my
yeah,
words were, there are all gods on Mount Olympus, but
yeah. So,
one has 12 lightning bolts and one has 4 lightning bolts. I'm going to judge
yeah,
whose lightning bolts are the most potent. If the 4 lightning bolts are more potent than the 12, I'm going with the person with the 4. If the 12 are more potent than the guy with the 4, I'll go with the person with the 12. I didn't
but they're all
say
like,
they all will kill mere mortals like us. If we get
that's what
hit
I'm
with the
saying.
lightning
So
bolt,
how's,
if we listen to what I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. If we mere mortals get hit with the lightning bolt, we dead. Boom. But the god on Mount Olympus that has the 4 lightning bolts, he got
yeah,
like some Super Saiyan type shit. And then the god on Mount Olympus who has the 12, he just got some super duper type shit because the 4 might be more potent than the 12 or vice versa. That's how, because your words were, how do I judge the 4? How can I say the 4 is more than the 12? Well, the 4 is better than the 12. So I answered just a blanket regular statement of how I would look at it. I would look at that content. I'm not saying that Kendrick's content is better or different than J. Cole's. I was answering how I could judge the 4 versus the 12. That's how we got here. Now you spent it to tell me how can I say Kendrick is better than J. Cole, or how can I say Kendrick's content is different from J. Cole's? That is not what I ever said.
I, like I said from the beginning, particular are astronomical. I think that and potent and projects and
Oh, I guess it's over. Oh, he's back. Hoop and flow. I don't know what happened. Oh, I don't know what happened. I can't hear nothing, bro.
hear me now? Can you hear
No,
me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I think both of them have phenomenal projects. Both of them are great artists. Both of them put out some good stuff. And I don't think Kendrick. I don't like Kendrick as much as I like the other two, or as much as Cole. But I was confused on the point about the content, and as you explained it and said that as you was using the word content or content, you were meaning, the summation of their projects. That makes sense. But like I said, I'm just hearing the words you say, bro. You talking about the connotation of what you're saying, and I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying you can't get upset or you can't say that somebody's supposed to understand the connotation of something you're saying when they're
It
directly
wasn't a
asking you
connotation.
about.
I explained to you very clearly what I was saying, though, and you put a different
Yeah,
spin on it.
no, you saying you okay, you're explaining what you're saying is giving me the connotation of the word content because you don't mean content directly. You mean content, you mean the beats, the vibe, you mean more, you mean, right? Am I correct? Am I right? Am I right? You mean more than just the content. You don't mean the words or the subject matter. You mean the things, you mean the content
I mean, the words, the
in
subject matter, the beats, the overall feel, all of that is
yes,
encompassing into
exactly,
one, which
yes.
is content to me. Yes,
Yeah,
1000%.
exactly.
That's content.
Exactly. you're right. You are 100%
So
right,
I
and
don't
that's what
understand
I'm
the
saying.
disconnect. I don't understand why you don't understand that concept. Now I
Nigga,
can
you don't understand
understand.
how
No, let
I'm
me finish. I can understand if
yeah,
you're
okay.
asking me. I can understand if you're telling me that Kendrick and J. Cole both pretty much have the same content, so that would be a wash. I understand you telling me that. However, what I'm
So
saying
it can't
is,
be a Washington. It can be a watch, but it can't be different. I don't understand.
time out,
I mean,
time out. This is what I'm saying,
we
because this is where the misunderstanding is. I
hmm
understand if I said I'm judging J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and the difference between the two would be me saying who has the better content. And
yeah.
if you're telling me that J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar have the same content, so that metric would be a wash, I'm telling you, I understand you saying that. What I'm saying is my answer to your question about if one artist has four projects and one artist has 12 projects and they're both top tier projects, how can I say the four is better than the 12? That's when I would go dive deep into the content of the two. And whoever has the better content, to me, that's who I would give the edge. I didn't now when and I'm just explaining to you how I would judge that metric in that situation. I wasn't applying that saying that Kendrick has better content than J. Cole. I wasn't saying that specifically about those artists. I was only answering the question in relation to how I would judge if I was in that situation with blanket statement or just insert artists. That's what I'm saying. Now, if we're talking about Kendrick and J. Cole, okay, well, yeah, I would have to talk about specifically their content and how I feel about each one's content. That's why I was like, why are you even asking me how is J. Cole's content different than Kendrick when I wasn't even debating that? I'm not debating that at all.
Well,
That's
I
what I
mean,
was
okay.
saying.
So what I'm
So
saying that
I'm not
what I'm
debating it
saying
at all.
is they're so similar. That's what makes the conversation
But I wasn't
murky.
debating them. I was answering a generic
Okay.
question to a generic answer. I was giving you an answer to the generic question you asked me. I wasn't answering a question specific to J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. And that's where the disconnect is.
Because all right. Okay. I
Because I mean
mean,
that you asked me, your question was, how do I say the four is better than the 12? And I clearly made sure that I started my statement with, I'm not speaking about these artists. But if I have to make a decision between an artist with four versus an artist with 12, this is how I would do it. So the disconnected, and when I after I answered it, you took that as if I was saying Kendrick Lamar has four but better content than J. Cole, who has 12 with better content. And your rebuttal was J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar have similar, if not the same content. And my rebuttal to that was I'm not arguing that because I wasn't even talking about that. I was just speaking about generically if I had to answer the question about an artist with four projects versus an artist with 12. That's all. Because I even said in the argument, if Kendrick has four, Cole has 12, and Drake has 18, then you got to roll with Drake.
well,
But we weren't speaking specifically about their three or two individual contents. It was just a generic answer to a generic question you asked me that you then applied specifically Kendrick versus Cole, and that's where the disconnect happened. Because I wasn't talking about them specifically. I was speaking generically about just blank artists. And when I tried to verbalize that, you cut me off and told me I was tripping. And now your audio not working.
I say nothing.
Oh, your lips did move. So either your audio not working or it's just a delay.
Um, yeah, man. I mean, I don't have to say, bro. I can't say. I mean, I don't have to say, man. I don't have to say. I,
Should Bronny James be in the G League or should they go ahead and just give us these photo ops for the rest of for the whole season?
that shit's stupid.
I
I
like it.
mean,
I like the fact that LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. have a opportunity to hoop during preseason, and we got some classic photos of Bronny and Bronny James Jr. on the court. But LeBron James Jr. definitely needs to go to the G League and perfect his craft and his skills if he's going to be a serious NBA player.
Man, you want to go through the list of what guys averaged in college that are in the NBA?
I mean, he didn't average a high clip in college. So I mean, I know if
That's
you
what
look
I'm
at it, if you
saying.
look at it on paper, he probably should be in a G League or undrafted, but he's LeBron James' son, so whatever.
He shouldn't be in G League.
I
You want
mean,
to go, you want to look at the clip of, you want to go down the list and see what guys averaged in high school that made it to the NBA. You
I
go down the
don't.
list.
You're the basketball guy, not me. I'm clearly a fan.
Hold up.
This
LeBron
for
James,
me, this is just clearly fandom, and I think it's cool to see father and son hooping on the NBA stage. Outside of that, I'm not judging it on if he deserves to be there. It's yeah, it's nepotism, cool, whatever. I ain't tripping. I thought it was cool that King Griffey Senior and King Griffey Jr. played on the same team. I just think King Griffey Jr. was probably uh major league ready. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
what I'm saying is, it's the equivalent of you being a running back, not you, I'm talking about a person, being a running back in high school and averaging 2 yards a carry. No, let's say 3 yards a carry. Then going to a D1 and averaging 2 yards a carry. And then going getting drafted in NFL. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's
how did he
crazy.
look in the
Like the
summer league?
match,
How did he look in the summer league? I didn't watch the summer. I'm
he
assuming you
he
did.
sucked. He sucked.
I mean, was he even competitive? I'm asking. I don't know.
That's a wild question. What you mean competitive?
No, I mean, no. When I say that, like if somebody's on the court, or when I say were they competitive, meaning was he able to compete with the competition on the court? So, like, if I go get on the basketball court with you in one of your leagues right now, you can judge if I'm competitive enough to keep
Oh, did
up
he
with the
belong
players.
there? No, he didn't belong there. No, he didn't
Okay,
belong
yeah, that's
there.
what I meant. What I'm saying was he even
Right.
competitive? So you
Yeah, no,
saying
he
he
didn't
wasn't
belong
even
there.
competitive in summer league? Like he couldn't get no buckets, he couldn't play no defense, he couldn't do none of that. Is what you're telling me?
That's a lot of, because it's like, well, he scored, but like the whole thing was like, how this randomly speaking, he got opportunities that he shouldn't have got. I'm saying, like, you can't even think of a second round pick who gets 15 shots in preseason. Or you know what I'm saying? The first round is guaranteed money. Second round, you're playing for a contract. So the guys who fight for the contract,
I get all of that.
you don't get
He got a guaranteed contract.
opportunity.
He's taking up space that probably some guy earned. My question would be,
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just because of where he was drafted, right?
right?
He was drafted second round. He
Yeah,
ended up getting guaranteed, but because of where he was drafted, your draft slot is an indication of how good you are,
okay,
right?
I get that.
For the most part. So if you are a certain draft slot, you're not supposed to be shooting the ball more than the first rounder.
Okay,
You're not supposed to be getting more opportunities than the first rounder. But he's going 3 for 15 and seven. I mean, well, he never was seven. Like he's getting more shots off than a guy in the first
so you're
round.
saying he's getting more shots off during summer league than the
Yeah,
first rounder for the LA Lakers? Is that what you're telling me?
yeah, yeah. But not just the Lakers, of all the teams,
Well, I ain't worried about the
right?
other
So
teams because he ain't on the other teams. It's the
no,
Lakers he
but
would be on.
it's
So I
it's
would
the metric to
so
say
but the shot
showing how much of a
selection.
amount.
But I'm saying the shot selection would be, and I'm just asking because you the shot select. If my concern would be he's putting up more shots than the first round pick on his team. I'm not worried about him putting up more shots than the first rounder on the Portland Trailblazers because they're on two different teams. I'm asking.
It's the baseline though. It's a baseline. So okay, most second rounders get like most first rounders get 7 shots a game or 7 shots a
Mhm.
quarter.
Yeah,
On any team,
gotcha.
he getting 7 rounds. He getting 7 shots a quarter. So he's getting the same amount of burn and shots that a first rounder would get.
What about the
But he
first
doesn't
rounder
have
on
first.
what about the first rounder on his team? How many shots was he getting up?
Not the same as him. You can't. We can't both get the same amount of shots up.
I
There's
know,
only
I
one
get
ball on
that.
the
I'm just
court.
asking, like,
Yeah,
I'm just looking for a comparison in between the two. Like, I don't even know who the
yeah.
Lakers drafted first round. Who did they draft first
It
round?
was a white boy from Tennessee.
Is it good?
Supposed to be good. Shooter, 6'9", got handle. Put on the floor, do all.
Has he? How did he look during the? Did he look better than Bronny James Jr. during summer league?
Yeah. I think about yeah, he look better. I mean, he's 6'8", so you can't compare
You
two
could be
different
6'8"
players
and
two different
trash
ways.
though. You could be 6'8" and trash.
Yeah, but I'm saying you 6'8", and you're a 6'8" shooter. So there are things that you do that like Bronny James not posting nobody up. I'm six
True,
eight,
I
so
get
I can
that.
post somebody up.
But
So I
production
have different
wise,
skill set.
but
Production
I
wise
get it's a
is summer
different.
league.
I get it's a different skill set. But
Yeah.
if you're a 6'8" shooter, I would assume that you have good offense. So then I would ask, well, how many buckets was he putting up? How many points per game was he getting during summer league, or was he averaging things like that?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying it's like we basically play the same position. We're both two guards, two threes. He like a 1-2, I'm a 2-3. So there's times where there's times in the game, if he's in the game where he's playing the same spot that LeBron would play,
Oh,
and
and
vice versa.
you're saying LeBron is taking shots away from him, and he's the first rounder. He should be shooting more than LeBron.
No, I'm just saying that, well, that kind of that too, but I'm just saying that there's at no point at no point since he's played, since high school, has he shown that, like, yeah, you're a standout player. Like he's never been the best player on any team he played on.
So you're saying that he
So how
doesn't
you
even he. So you're saying his skill set isn't even letting him compete competitively in the NBA.
no, I'm saying that I'm saying that it's just odd. I mean, like you called, you said what it was. It's nepotism, bro. It's not.
Yeah, I don't
You
care
don't have
about
to
that. I
put
don't care
no.
about
That's
that
not.
piece though. It's clearly nepotism, but I don't care about it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So that's so anything else you say about it really is like we've seen nepotism in the NBA before. What's it called it? Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, the Barry brothers. Like it's been other people that got in the league. The Harvey Grant, Jeremy Grant. It's been other players who got their sons in the league, or they got a look because of their name. Mike Bibby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the first time it's happened, but it's the first time it's happened when but Brent Barry was like 30 something a game in high school. Klay Thompson was like 30 something a game. Steph Curry took his team to the West College, took Davidson to the NCAAs. Like, these other players was goddamn fools before they got to, you know what I'm saying, high school, college. He wasn't either. And no time was like Brian just dropped 30 or Brian just, you know what I'm saying, had 10 skills. And there's no metric you could pull up from Brian that says, oh yeah, you're an NBA player.
I feel like
Besides
I've
some
seen clips of him going the fuck off and being the damn fool though.
never.
I think that's
He,
I don't think you can say never, bro.
he averaged 12 a game in high school. What you talking
I
about?
I look, man. I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like I've seen some clips of him being a damn fool, as you call it, but I don't know.
What you mean? If you averaging 12 points a game, bro, your high game was 25 in your high school career. That was your high game.
Look, I'm not. I don't know. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. There's
I'm
no
just trying to
argument.
figure out what the damn fool part at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I just
you
said,
know what?
bro. I said I seen some clip, bro. I said I've seen some clips, bro. So maybe with your damn fool is averaging 30 a game. My damn fool is I seen some clips and he went off, dunked on a nigga, blocked the shot, pulled up from damn the half court. I've seen that before. So that's what I mean by that.
Yeah, that's internet talk right there.
Internet
It's
talk. I'm
like,
just going by what I see. I don't sit here and I'm not watching
yeah,
Sierra
bro, that's
Canyon. I
highlights.
wasn't watching Sierra Canyon games, bro.
I'm saying
So
if I
all I'm
go
gonna
by
see is the
highlights, nigga,
highlights.
then I'm an NBA player. Then if we go by, I could pull up some highlights of me in a pro am league or here and there. And be like, oh man, you should go in
Boogie.
the league because you saw what he did.
Look, I'm not
I'm
debating
just saying.
you. I'm
That's what
not
you
arguing.
said.
No, it's not, Book. That is
You
not what
said
I'm
I seen
saying,
him being a
bro.
damn fool, and I'm saying you saw highlights, and I'm saying that everybody look good on highlights.
Book. I just said I saw highlights. I'm not saying that he should
And
be
I'm
in.
saying who else? Okay, watch this. Who looked better on highlights?
I don't know. Oh, some people do look bad on highlights.
No, who look? Oh, if I seen my highlight tape, I say I'm gonna show you everything I did well, right?
Hmm.
When I look bad at my highlights, if it's all my best plays,
Yeah, you're right.
so everybody look good on the highlights.
You're right.
But you have to dig in. But okay, well, yeah, he hit that shot. Okay, he done it. Okay, well, what did he average that game? Oh,
Oh
he had
yeah,
9
I'm
points that
saying I'm
game.
saying I didn't dig into basketball. That's why I asked you.
He had 6 points that game. You don't have to dig far to be like, he never scored more than 25 points in a game in high school.
Oh, I
You ain't got
mean,
to look deep to see. You ain't got to look deep to go and look and she shot 25% from the field for his college career.
I'm not arguing any of that, bro.
So I'm
I think I
saying
saw a
when
stat. Didn't he average like 9 a game or something in college?
nah, he averaged 7 a game, not even
Oh.
7, I think. It wasn't 9. It wasn't nothing close to double digits.
I mean, hey, bro, I'm not arguing it. That's why I asked. That's why I asked. Should he be? He should be in the G League.
It shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. But how are you 9 points a game in the G League, bro? That's what
Oh,
I'm
bro,
saying.
I'm
Why are
just
you putting this
saying
man in
he's
the
in
G
the
League?
no, he's in the NBA, bro. He's in the NBA. So it is what it is. He's in the NBA now. So now that he's in the NBA, I'm saying he's in the
Hmm.
NBA. He probably needs to go to the G League so he can develop. Like he's in the NBA, bro. We
But
can't. It ain't nothing we can do
Philip,
about him being in the NBA. So
what
should
I'm
he be
saying is,
on the
well, okay,
roster or should he be in the G League? Is my question.
but okay, I'm asking you is how, bro, what you going to develop? You can't take, you can't take, you can't
Huh?
take mud and make concrete.
I mean, he in the NBA now, bro. So do you leave him on
I,
a so since you're saying you can't since you're saying he's past development, he's never gonna be he's hit his ceiling. From what it sounds like, what I'm hearing from you is he's at his ceiling. There's no developing him. He's not gonna get any better. Do you leave him on the main roster? Or do you send him to G League
I mean, I had to put him in G League because he got a guaranteed contract, so he got to go to the G League.
to
That's
try to
that's what it
develop him,
is.
right? So you send him to the G League for some development so he can get better.
Huh.
I'm asking
I
because
mean,
that's what we at. It ain't no he should.
nah.
I get it. I get what you're saying when you're saying he shouldn't even be there, but he's
I'm
there.
saying if he going to the G League and like, okay, yeah, you can say that he's going to develop, but like I'm saying, you're not going to develop. It's not. That's a moot point, bro. It's like saying, just because I send you somewhere, like you don't have the tools to develop. So I'm just sending you that because you got a guarantee. I can't cut you at this point.
Now that's the piece I don't agree with. You can always develop. Now there's certain things that you can't teach. There's certain things that you can't overcome if you lack said physical ability. However, you can develop certain. When I say physical ability, like if you can't jump higher, you can't jump higher. Or if you're not going to grow any taller, you're not going to get any taller. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to be any faster, you're not going to be any faster. But you can develop certain skills or certain skill sets that can make you that you can improve. So it sounds like he has room for improvement and he can go down to the G League and improve some of these things that can make him a better, more competitive NBA player if he can make the main roster and hold down a spot.
Hey, I already made the main roster. He signed a guaranteed contract. So that's what I'm saying. That's why the
But
reason why he's going.
can he go to the G League even though he signed a guaranteed contract?
That's why he's going to the G League because if he didn't sign a guaranteed contract, they would have cut him.
I get that.
It'd have been an option. That's what I'm saying.
I
So
understand that. I get that.
he's not going to he probably won't make the main roster for the Lakers. So that means he's going to go to the G League. And what I'm saying is the way that you're presenting it is like, oh, he's going to the G League to develop, as if it's not cold ass niggas in the G League that he's going to have to sit behind too. Like you're not going
I
to
don't
go
care.
to.
That I get that. Like that's not even cool. If he goes to the G League and have to sit behind people, we got to sit behind people until he can make until he can make the starting lineup. I get all of that. I'm just saying he needs to go to the G League to develop. Now, if he gets to the G League and still got to sit behind people, then that's on him. He got to work hard to be able to get in front of them people and get back to the main roster.
But and this is why the nepotism part becomes funny because he's not going to sit in the G League because he's in the G League because of his name. So
Well,
the
he's in the
tickets
NBA
and
because of his name. So,
yeah,
yeah.
so the tickets are going to be sold. The tickets are being sold for the G League games because Bronny James playing,
Well,
not because he's on the team.
toss his ass
So,
into the fire, and I hope he can live up to it.
but we've already seen he has never lived up to the fire, bro. Like I
How
don't
old is Bronny
understand
James
that
Jr.? How old is he?
19, 20.
19, 20-year old. You don't think he can develop and be better than what he is today? You don't think he can be better next year than what he is today?
What does that mean though?
I'm asking you, do you think he can
I
develop and
mean,
be
yeah,
a
he can
better
get better,
player?
but he can be better,
Do you
but
think he can develop to the point where he can be a serviceable player in the
nah,
NBA? I ain't talking
nah.
about So you mean to tell
No,
me he can't even be? So you
no,
don't think he can even? Damn, I ain't even said the name. You telling me no? So you
he
think
can't be
that
in the NBA. No,
he can't even be
no.
fucking PJ Tucker, fucking Pat Beverly? He can't be one of them kind of guys?
PJ Tucker was 20 something a game in college, bro. PJ Tucker is a lockdown
We
defender
are
with a
past
three
college,
ball.
Bug. He is in the
Patrick,
NBA. So
that's what I.
now
But you don't hear. But you know
I hear what
you can't.
I hear
But
what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying, and I understand it. I'm saying we're
yeah,
past
so
all of that.
why are you negating that then? I'm saying
I'm
that
not
in
negating it
college
at
he
all,
wasn't
Bug.
okay. So if you
JB.
wasn't that in college, you wasn't that in high school, you haven't been that in your preseason, how are you gonna go somewhere for a year and get better? And you had 8, 9 years, your whole 8, 9 years, and like you was playing at no, you were playing at Sierra Canyon. On top of that, who are your mentors? Melo, D Wade, Chris Paul. Like this is your journey has been documented, bro. You got the best of the best with you. You got all this with you. Look what Kion is doing. Look what Gilbert Arenas son is doing. Look what the Booth twins are doing. Look at these other kids, other NBA kids who had the same or less access that you have. They 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 killing it. They talking about, but it's not the same, bro. So like now, like there's nothing about Bronny James that says, man, he's gonna be a pro someday, besides his last name.
Gotcha.
There's no metric, there's no history, there's no nothing. You can go just 5 years, man. If Matt McClung can't make it, why would he make it?
I got you. I'm not disputing any of it.
I'm just asking. I'm like, what? I don't see. Like, nah, that's not. He might make it though. I don't know. Anything's possible, but it's highly unlikely, man.
Gotcha.
4 points a game in college, 4.8. Yeah, not good. And you playing 25 minutes a game, playing half the game, scoring 4 points. Yeah, no,
Did they ever
I
find
can't
out
see it.
what the little heart condition situation? Did they ever get that situated? Find that out? I'm
I'm not a
assuming
doctor,
so since he's
bro.
playing, but
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I mean, you remember the first time playing
hmm?
a different speed?
I couldn't hear you. What said?
You remember the first time you played against a different speed? Like when you were around and everybody was good, you weren't just the best one. Like everybody was fast as fuck, and everybody was like you were playing with elite players all around you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta adjust. You gotta work harder so you can make sure you can keep up and compete. So
If you had
I didn't feel overwhelmed. I felt like I needed to get some work done. If that's what you're asking me, that's how I felt. I didn't feel
no, that's not
overwhelmed.
what I'm asking you. I ain't say nothing about I ain't say nothing about that.
Well,
I
that's
ain't
why I
say
said
one word.
I'm
Just
asking. So what are you asking?
sometimes if you try to push yourself beyond what you're capable of, your body tells you no. Sometimes it shows itself in the form of muscle strains or pulls or da, da, da. Sometimes your heart slows down on you. That's I mean that's what your heart does. It pumps blood to the body, and if you strain it, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to push it. Nah,
I don't know.
it's crazy.
I don't know about. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I
I
mean,
mean, shit.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know about that one.
What the heart do?
I understand how the heart works, but I don't know
Yeah.
about that though. I don't know about that correlation.
Anytime you push your body too far, your body reacts.
Okay.
Mhm. We'll see, man. We'll see.
I've never had a heart condition trying to keep up in a more competitive situation that I was in.
You play D1 football?
I didn't play D1, but I did play at a speed that was faster than high school where everybody was used to being a superstar. So at that point,
I mean,
you had to keep up. And like I said, it worked to get better. So I was out there and was like, used to being able to bull rush and get around people because I was bigger and faster. And then, this 6'6", 325-pound lineman tackle mushed me with one arm and I was on the ground. So I had to work harder to be able to compete. I didn't get a heart attack or overstress my heart trying to keep up, but I did train to be better, to be able to be competitive and keep up. Put on some weight,
well,
get stronger,
there's different
work on your
there's
technique,
different
things like that.
there's different factors There's different factors in play with you and Ronnie James. Different factors.
Have you ever had a heart condition trying to keep up with better people? I'm not being an asshole either. I'm actually asking, like, have you felt that trying to keep up?
Have I pulled my West College though, my sophomore year in college, pulled a muscle before, and I pulled my hamstring.
Yeah, pulling a hamstring and a heart condition are two totally different things, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, they are. But I'm saying that the pulling my hamstring was 100% because I was pushing myself further and harder than I was used to,
Yeah,
and that
that's
you know what I'm saying.
but that's a normal
But
shit,
what I
though.
yeah, but I'm saying is a heart condition. I mean, they're different in his situation. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but a part of it is like it's stress. It's stress. If you overstress yourself, or if you overexert yourself, everybody react
I
and
just
who
think
and who
I just think it's a heart condition that can happen. I mean, look at Chris Bosh. He wasn't overexerting himself because he was trying to keep up. He was the best of the best and had a heart condition. It's just some freak shit that can happen, you know. Same thing with LaMarcus Aldridge. So I think sometimes it can be some freak shit that happens, and you know, it happens.
but you know, they might be saying thing with them too. Could be right.
Yeah, we're not doctors. We don't even know what happened with him.
Oh,
Only
yeah.
LeBron, only the James clan knows, and
Remember y'all
their
argued me
their
down. That man
their
was going
physician.
to. Y'all argued me down. That man was going home, and I was like, "Ain't no way that man going home."
What you mean?
Got the money to after a heart condition, and that'll be the craziest thing that ever happened in history of life.
What are you talking about?
When it first happened, and about this on this pod, and I gotta go after this. I was like, "Yeah, man." They were like, "Oh, he can go home. He's gonna have the best." I was like, "No way, he's going home. He can go home and have his nurse and have this, that." I'm like, "There's no way he's going home.
He 1000%
He'll
go
go
home.
home,
He went
huh?"
home. He went home, bro.
No, he went to the hospital for a week.
Okay, then he went home. I'm honestly, I don't even know. I don't even
I know,
know.
I know, I know, I know you remember when you said that. I know you wouldn't remember that, but I
I ain't remember
remember
it.
it.
Yeah, I'm glad you
Yeah,
remembered it, bro.
I know. It's hard to remember certain things. I understand,
Yeah, you would know.
bro.
Like you really would know.
uh, but yeah, y'all was telling me that I even called my nurse friend. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, man, this man's not going home. This man is gonna be there for a week or two, man. There's no way he has a heart in this world. And they decided to go home and get home care. I'm like, nah, he's gonna go to the hospital for a week or two, and they're gonna make sure, and then he'll go home. But long story short, he got in there, man. I mean, can't mad at that. But nah, he's not NBA ready. He probably won't ever be.
Cool. This has been another episode of the 16 Shots Podcast with Young James Boogie and ArDuBB. Man, catch us out 2 times a week, and we out.
Yo.